Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to All Burgundy Gold, everything powered by the Urban Sports Scene and Fox Sports Radio 1340 AM and 96.9 FM. I'm Glen. I'm joined by my co-host George, and Wole will be joining us a little bit later. He might be a little upset or depressed because the Washington Commanders defeated the Philadelphia Eagles 24-17. Dan Quinn and the gang was playing their heart out to get a win. And Josh Johnson throws his first touchdown since 2021, which is unbelievable, by the way. Since 2021. George, how are you feeling? Season's finally over. Washington Commanders pick up a win when most people didn't want them to win. They picked up a win, and they will end up being like the 5th draft pick. I believe it's number 5. I think it's 5.
No, they would have been 5 if they'd lost.
Yeah, 5 if they lost. So you're looking at 6th or 7th right now. Pick. So thoughts, George, on a win?
I mean, if you can't see,
should be happy, right? We should be happy, right?
You can't see the humor in this. If you can't see the humor in this, I feel sorry for you because this is hilarious. Like, I remember when they were playing the Jets in 2023, and we all about lost our collective bleep when it looked like they were going to win from nowhere with Brissett. And then, God bless him, Greg Zuerlein smacked that sucker through from 58. And ultimately, we got Jaden Daniels as a result. Hallelujah, thine the glory. This is not this, because we already have Jaden Daniels. Okay? This is not that at all. This is hysterical. Nick Sirianni has got to be the dumbest man who has ever won a championship, at least in the NFL. Maybe not in sports, because Bob Brenly's still number 1 for me in that, but Nick Sirianni's close. They gave away the 2 seed today. And it isn't the fact. You can talk about Washington trying their heart out. Washington was incompetent for most of this game. We are, I hope, going to spend some time on all the levels of incompetence that the Commanders displayed out there, and yet still won because that's how poorly Tanner McKee was. And the Eagles fans were talking him up. Oh, he's one of the best backup quarterbacks and all this. And Tanner McKee, we could trade him for a day 2 pick, all this other stuff. All the Jahan Dotson stuff we had to hear after they won the championship. Jahan Dotson still sucks. He still sucks. And you all got robbed in that trade. I don't care that you robbed us later. We robbed you first for Jahan stinking Dotson.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I'm sorry. I've been laughing the whole time. I was making fun of Wole on Twitter. I won't lie. Good-naturedly, I would admit, but just every chance I could, I was making comments and tagging Wole in them. I can't wait till he comes on because I'm sure it's gonna be amusing. Dan Quinn is, not that it would happen, but remember when Doug Peterson took out Hurts when they were going to beat Washington and send the Giants to the playoffs and put in Sudfeld?
Yes.
I assumed at the time that it was on high saying we want the draft pick, and they fired him anyway.
I remember that.
It would be hilarious if Adam Peters fired Dan Quinn for winning this game. It's not going to happen, but it would be hilarious.
It would be, but I think you saw Dan Quinn just based on simple fact. First of all, the man used 2 of his timeouts early in the 3rd quarter. So you knew,
and the same thing happened in the first half too. Don't forget that.
Yeah, in the first half. So you knew Dan Quinn. I don't care what anybody else says, and I know this is the NFL. Dan Quinn did not care about the 5th draft pick. Dan Quinn cared about finishing this season with a W. They ran the football. They Josh Johnson. They did trick plays. This team was a team that was going out trying to win the game, and they didn't worry about a draft pick. George, I know we wanted a draft pick, but Dan Quinn was trying. Cliff Kingsbury wanted to win this game. I mean, we saw a freaking flea flicker in the 1st quarter, I believe.
Which was just a stupid fault.
So, again, this coordinating team, they all wanted a W. So, hats off to them for getting the W that they wanted.
Sorry, Corey Walker. I apologize. Because you're not wrong, Corey Walker. You're not wrong about any of this. I mean, I know they won, and normally we do a lot of positives. We can't do a lot of positives today. I mean, that was truly a terribly played football game
It was.
from the go. Washington did everything to hand that game to them, and the Eagles did everything to hand it back. The flea flicker is a beaut because seriously, you got the third string quarterback in. Why in God's name are you trying? Why in God's name are you trying to play like that? Like you didn't see last night Carolina's stupid selves trying that in a rainstorm. Why would you try that third string quarterback? Mm-hmm. Your third string quarterback. Oh my gosh. Where do we – I mean, I don't even know where to begin. There were so many different things. Ben Sinnott, who I desperately want to see play and get better, and his stupid ass flinches on the goal line twice. I'm about ready to be done with him because part of that is the coaching staff's fault because he doesn't play enough not to do that. But you're trying to win yourself a job next year. You're auditioning to be this team's second tight end, maybe even first tight end, depending on what happens. And you can't stand still on second and goal at the one twice. Dude, come on, man. That is and here's the other thing. All this bit about this is where I have to disagree with Candy Waller. Bless her. She's the best. We love her. But this whole stuff about the culture change, I see stupidity like that out on the field. That means the culture stinks because culture is not just everybody in the locker room loving each other. It's the accountability. It's the professionalism. You go out there and you do your job well. And when you see a guy not once but twice on the goal line get a false start, that's the kind of stuff that used to happen under the old regimes all the time.
Inexcusable, George. Inexcusable, right? As you mentioned, the Philadelphia Eagles bailed the Washington Commanders out, right? You think about Washington, talking about the goal line situation. All the pass interferences today from the Philadelphia Eagles, right? On Terry McLaurin. To give Washington in that situation, Ben Stinnett jumps offside, and then a pass interference. Washington gets the ball back on the 1 yard line. Can't get the ball in, loses a couple yards, and then have to get it up on third down just to even order the score, which has so many misdirection plays on that play that is crazy, just to score a touchdown. Like where's the quarterback sneak? Like all this stuff that's going on in the midst of the Washington Commanders. This game should have been lost, but again, the Philadelphia Eagles gave the Washington Commanders a gift. You don't play Saquon Barkley. You don't play Jalen Hurts. And I know what you guys said on the pregame, but guess what? I want to be the number 2 seed. If I'm Sirianni and I'm the Philadelphia Eagles fan, I want to be the 2 seed. I know the Bears are playing.
Absolutely.
I know the Bears are playing Detroit, and so I want to be the 2 seed. I don't care about that crap. You play the game because you want to win, and that's where I think the Eagles messed up at. Because now they're, I believe, the 3 seed, 4 seed, 3 seed. And so you want to win the game. And that's the thing. The Eagles' backups almost beat Washington today. Let's be honest.
And the Eagles' backups were terrible for most of the game. They were terrible. These quarterbacks, Coach Lombard said in the chat, that pass interference that got Washington's game-winning drive going, there's no way McLaurin's catching that. I mean, no chance. All the guy has to do is look. It's not a penalty. And the dumb son of a gun not only doesn't look, just barges into the receiver needlessly.
Yeah.
Flag.
And
granted, it was against backups, so I suppose you can take it with a grain of salt. But it was the one fun thing about this game in the positive was watching McLaurin just make these corners look like dumbasses most of the game. He got the guy to bite on the one inside one in the pass interference in the end zone and caused him to trip McLaurin. That was hilarious. But it was just, I mean, It was so much bad football. And you know what? There are two great comments here. I'm going to put the first one up, and I'm going to put the second one up because to
George.
me, they go together like hand in glove. The first one is Paul's comment about the culture because this is 100% correct. I got it. I'll put it up there.
Go ahead.
George, the culture doesn't translate to the field.
It does
That is
not.
100% correct, which to me means it's bullcrap. If you have a great locker room, but you go out on the field and make dumb plays, silly plays, terrible mistakes, elementary mistakes, what are we talking about anyway? And then I'll go to Santiago because this is also that Al is right to this. Yeah, the guys get along but play bad football. Yes, 100% yes. And Wole is right, and I know other people are right. Dan Quinn's not getting fired.
No.
But that display out there should comfort no one. In fact, it ought to be enraging. Not because of the draft pick. Couldn't give a stuff about that. We're not looking for a quarterback. So I don't give a hoot one way or the other whether it's 5 or 7. What's enraging is you tried like heck to win this football game, and you only barely wheezed past the other team who was playing just backups. They had people getting hurt left and right. So you had preseason guys in there. You had preseason game 3 guys in there on the offensive line for the doggone Eagles. Tanner McKee was I think their third stringer at one point. That's the other thing. So I laughed. Somebody put it on Twitter, but it's true. They should have put Sam Howell in. Sam Howell would have had a better chance in the fourth quarter than Tanner. Tanner McKee could not hit a 6-yard pass in the flat half the time. He was so wretched. I don't even know where to begin. Don't even know where to begin. And
again, I mentioned
with everything Philadelphia had on the line, it's just wild that's what they decided to do.
No, keep going, George. Keep going because you're on a roll. I don't want to stop you from rolling.
No. I mean, that's the other thing. I understand where people are coming from about all the culture stuff and all that. But it's like, I guarantee you when we see the snaps count, doggone Bobby Wagner will have played 90-some% of the snaps again.
Mm-hmm.
Why? What is the point? And this whole culture business, you can, listen, it's the NFL. You can have bad dudes and awful dudes and guys who get in trouble and this and that. But then they go out on the field and win. Hello, the Dallas Cowboys of the 1990s. What? I want to have a good culture. I want to have what we had last year. I want to have a locker room that gets along and likes each other. But you know what I want? Wins. And Coach Lombard, let me put this up. You're wrong, sir. If you get the 2 seed, because you can get hurt anytime. You get the 2 seed, you get a Packers team that is just basically destroyed at this point. They're going to be playing They're either going to be playing Malik Willis, who's coming off an injury, or Jordan Love, who hadn't played in 4 weeks. And they don't have Micah Parsons, which has rendered their defense probably a bottom 10 defense.
Yep.
Then you get another home game, quite likely against a West Coast opponent that's going to be coming east. That's your advantage. And who knows? If Seattle screws it up, you might be hosting an NFC Championship game, which is what happened last year when you were the 2 seed. Coach Lombard, you cannot defend Nick Sirianni. This was dumb. You have cost yourself a chance at the Super Bowl in all likelihood. And the only thing that'll make it perfect is if San Francisco knocks Philadelphia off next week. Because then us, the stupid Commanders, can claim to have ruined your season, which will sustain me. That will give me life all the way to August if it happens. All the way to August if it happens.
My
goodness.
I agree with you because again, what if Philadelphia Eagles play their starters? This game probably is over at halftime.
Exactly.
The game's over at halftime, and you take Saquon Barkley out, you take the rest of those guys out, and then you can coast the rest of the half.
Yeah.
It just Bixby was getting 5-6 yards a clip. Some of the yards that Bixby was getting, Saquon probably would have took to the house. I'm just being honest.
That's true. 100%. But Bixby, that's the other thing. If they run Bixby like they should have, he could have had 150 easy because he was busting some heads out there. He's a very good backup running back. He ain't Saquon, I know that. Mm-hmm. But I like takes Bixby coming out of college, and I couldn't believe Jacksonville just gave him away to Philadelphia for nothing. He's a good player. But that's the thing. DC Slim, this is not totally Adam's decision. The owners have got a say in it too. And look, the thought that you could fire a coach 1 year after an NFC Championship game appearance is a very difficult thing for an ownership to do. And here's the reason why.
Unless you're the Bears who did it to Smith.
Hmm?
Unless you're the Bears who did it to Lovie Smith.
I mean, they did, but the Bears are not a good organization. And what Wole said several weeks back about this is right. Good organizations don't do that. The optics of it are terrible because you know who would do something like that? Dan Snyder would. And I don't care what anybody says. This ownership group wants to look nothing like Dan Snyder at any time, which is a correct position to have. I just want to know how you can defend not just today, and because today is fake hustle. Today is the equivalent of fake hustle or false hope, as DC Slim says. Mm-hmm. It's fake hustle to try like heck against the backups of a good team to win a game that isn't going to change anything and maybe change things for the negative when you gave away so much of the season with bad coaching moves and hard to understand game plans and letting a defensive coordinator who clearly was not up to the job sink your season and all these other things. But George, that's to me, it's not even about the draft pick. It's the fact that you pulled out all the stops to win this, but you couldn't pull out all the stops in the middle of the season when the thing was going down the toilet and you could have maybe rescued it. That's what makes this so bad today.
You're supposed to play to win the game. You're supposed to play to win the game.
Have they done that all year, Glenn? In your view, have they done that all year?
They've tried. But here's the caveat to this. The caveat to this is some of the offensive play calls were different today.
Mm-hmm.
The offensive play calls was Chris Rodriguez ran the ball a little bit harder today. The holes opened up a little bit wider today, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's been a difference in his organization today. Last week, we saw a little bit of a difference in his organization, right? We saw them run the football more. We saw that again this game. The Washington Commanders had 143 yards on the ground today, right? To DC some point, the defense gave up 307 yards today, which is well under, but they gave it up to backups. So I'm not quite glorify that neither. Right, they gave it to backups. There were things that were wide open today. Defense didn't play well today. Let's be honest. Tight ends were making big catches. Wide receivers was getting a lot of yards after catches. You saw a Philadelphia team that was going through the motions, and you saw a Washington team that wanted to win. And I think that's the way it shaped up. With a third-string quarterback, let's be honest, Josh Johnson is not a starter in a league, in this league, anywhere. He's not. He's on the roster, and they call plays for him. Nobody here think this team is good. I think a lot of us here in this chat glad this season is over. Right? Glad this season over. It's like a bad dream. We all wanted to wake up. You know what I'm saying? It's a bad dream. Everybody wants to wake up. Like, can't believe that this team is 5-12, and last year it was 12-5. Right? But again, that's the tale of two seasons. Tale of two seasons because you have a team goes to Candy's point early in the pregame. This team, if this team is 9-8, George, right, and they missed the playoffs, are we still having this conversation? DC Slim, you probably say yes, but if this team is 9-8, if this team is 10-7, are we still having the same conversation about Dan Quinn, Adam Peters, and how bad this defense of this team is?
In some respects, we're more annoyed because they're so close, but there's not going to be the venom from myself, from people in the chat. There's just not going to be, because you're sitting there going, we're still we're still right there, or we were right there. We just, we stubbed our toe too many times, and we lost this game when we shouldn't have. All that kind of stuff. I mean, God knows we've had enough seasons. I mean, and to be fair, it's way better that it ended this way. It's way better because we have watched, certainly during the Snyder era, the team get close, go 9-8, 8-7-1, 9-7, whatever, and deluded ourselves into thinking that we could get somewhere when we really couldn't. A season like this is good because it lays everything bare. Miss me with the injury excuse. All year I've been saying it. I'll say it again. Miss me with the injury excuse because I've watched a lot of other injured teams still compete, still thrive, and even some of them still thrive, like San Francisco, who had one injury too many against Seattle, but was going for the number 1 seed last night.
But to that point, George, their starting quarterback, even though Brock Purdy was hurt for the beginning of the season, but that stretch when Brock was hurt, San Francisco wasn't playing good football.
Well, Mac Jones was doing enough, though.
Mac Jones was doing enough. Marcus Mariota was doing it. Let's be honest. Marcus Mariota was doing enough for Washington to win some of those games. He did enough for Atlanta to win the game.
Very true. Very true.
Right? No Marcus Mariota did enough for them to win the Denver game. Marcus Mariota did enough. So you look at some of the spots where they was in. The question is, this team is the exact who they thought they were from last year, except for the ball bounced their way last year and not this year. You had Jaden Daniels. How many times did Jaden Daniels have to bail this team out last year?
They would have been a 7 or 8 win team this year.
My point same coaching staff, same coaching, same decisions, but the winning clouded the vision of the fans last year for some of us.
Okay, that I'll agree with, but you didn't see them give up in any game, not even the games where they got blown out, which not coincidentally was the very first game of the season, the very last. Mm-hmm. You saw them give up several times this year. Go back to what Candy talked about, the Minnesota game. They're no clearer indication of how far this team was falling than that, because you had nearly everybody back, including Jaden Daniels, and you dished that up. You dish that nonsense up. You get shut out. You get beaten to a bloody pulp after the first offensive drive of the game. I mean, it was disgraceful. And that's not the only one. The Seahawks and Lions coming in there on night games, stomped the mud hole in Washington and walked it dry. So on one surface, you're absolutely right about there may not have been that much difference from last year to this year. But even when they lost last year, they competed. They got their butt kicked in Tampa, but you wouldn't look at that game and said they quit. And you wouldn't even look at the Eagles game where the Eagles stomped the life out of them in the championship game and said they quit. Heck, the first game in Philadelphia with the quarterback clearly injured and hampered, they let that game go into the fourth quarter. They fought, and that defense fought. So at least last year, that defense could fight a little bit, even if they weren't very good. Where was the fight this year? Where was the professional pride? Where was any of it? Nowhere. That's the difference. That's the thing that convicts this coaching staff, this head coach, everybody with this organization. The fact that they so tamely surrendered this season and went right down the tubes.
Wole said on the pre-show, when Terry McLaurin went through his issue this summer with Adam Peters not wanting to sign, or they were trying to work on a contract deal. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people lost faith a little bit in the organization when Dan Quinn didn't really comment too much on the contract situation. When this team realized it didn't, the New England game, when they realized that, we don't have any backups. When JD5 goes down, I want to go back before JD5 even goes down. When they get pummeled by the Green Bay Packers on TV, on national television, this team slowly but surely, to your point, George, lost fight because there's been so much negativity around the organization. It has not been Dan Quinn negativity. I mean, not Dan Quinn. It has not been Dan Snyder negativity. But think about some of the moves that were made and some of the things that were done were not good organizational moves. I'm sorry. Adam Peters can say what he wants. People can say what they want. This organization did not do what they needed to do to be an organization to make this team better, right? To give Dan Quinn and his staff the pieces. I'm not blaming it all on Adam Peters, but you have to give a coach the pieces. Look at the Philadelphia Eagles. Their GM, they always regroup and give their team pieces. They're willing to make the trade. They're willing to make the draft pick. They're willing to do some good organizations are willing to pull the trigger, right? You pulling the trigger. So now when you don't have the pieces in, you have to be willing to change some things around, scheme some things to make people open. You don't have a quote-unquote Noah Brown you should have got rid of. You don't have a quote-unquote Terry McLaurin. He's coming in late. You have a JD5 go, not making excuses for this team nor his coaching staff, but the problem is they didn't get everybody ready, and we said that. There was no development on the staff. There was no development on this team. You lost some leadership last year. People want to talk about it all the time. Losing Jonathan Allen lost some leadership on the defense. I'm sorry. I know everybody likes Bobby Wagner, but Jonathan Allen was a little bit of a heartbeat of this defense as well. So there's some things when you lose some key leaders. Frankie Louvu, who maybe got too big than what he thought he was. We talk about Mikey Sanders still being played out of position. Frankie Louvu has been played out of position all year long. Has not been used like he wanted to be used, right? So again, did not have been played out of position. Thought he could do more in this role. He didn't do more in this role. And everything that this organization or this coaching staff did this season has been late, George. Think about it. We talk about running the football. You wait till week 15, 16 and start running the football. You get the young guys playing. You wait till you're out of the playoffs to get the young guy playing. We asked the team organization says, let's get a new kicker. We need a kicker. It's going to cost you a game. Guess what? Wait until the kicker costs you a game to fire him.
Exactly.
Right. So again, everything there's been this organization, Dan Quinn, Adam Peters have always been a step behind all season long. Could have got the deal done with Terry. The cohesiveness could have been working. Terry could have been in shape because unlike you, George, I believe some of the injuries was the fact that these guys didn't do well in training camp. This team,
I totally agree with you on that.
Participate in training. So if you get all this stuff done prior to training camp, like you're supposed to, then guess what? Some of the dominoes don't happen the way they happen, and the coaching staff has to coach. The head coach has to. Teams take on the persona of the head coach. I've been saying this ever since the Ron Rivera days, Ron Rivera era. The persona of this team, Dan Quinn. Here's your point, DC Slim, has been cliche Dan, and this team has been cliche players because when Dan Quinn has been fired up last year. When Dan Quinn was motivating last year, this team was motivating. This team was fired up. Again, they have took on the persona of the head coach. And at a certain point, they're men too. They're not machines. When you know you're out of the playoffs, I know it's your job. Some people just go through the motions.
Absolutely. And
we're not blaming Rob.
I mean, look, I want to start with the Terry thing because it was the first bad step. And often when you take a first bad step, it's followed by another and another and another and another and another. And so it starts there. Now, I think it can be argued if you're defending AP that because of whatever personal issue the agent has, that it was impossible to get a deal done before camp. I'm not saying that's the case. I'm saying it can be argued that. So you start there. I think the cliche players, I think that's such a brilliant point, Glenn. Honestly, you could not have put it better. And I want to step back for a moment, and I want to give the floor to our esteemed leader, our esteemed colleague. He is a Michigan man, but he is a Commanders fan first. The great man, Wole. Please, sir, go ahead.
Why they have to win? What's wrong with them? Like, really? Like, we're at the 7th pick now? That's just where we're at now? Or 7th?
Yeah.
Yep. From 5 to 7.
God, like, for what? Like, really? For what? Like, some of y'all, are some people feeling good about this win? I mean, really? Like, we picked on a cornerback that should be playing, like, who should be in the XFL. Like, oh boy, when Josh Johnson ran for that touchdown, and he ran away from him. Like, what are we doing here?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what? Come on. Where are we? Let's not glorify this win. Like, and I heard Dan talk about some stuff like, oh, I did it for the players. You're going to take pride in that? You ain't beat the Eagles. You beat their second, third stringers. Man, what we doing here, man?
Sirianni gave you the game.
Huh? Yeah. Like, and then we taking charity from Sirianni. Like, that's what you want? We want pride in taking charity away from this. This dude is annoying. Like, we can't even say we beat this dude. Like, come on. Is anybody in the chat really happy about this one? I'm serious. Like, is anybody? I'm asking you. I'm late.
No.
All right. No, so no one's like pride, like, or yeah, Santiago. No, Stop it, Santiago. Stop it. Santiago.
No, hold on. To Santiago's defense, Santiago said in the pregame, y'all, if you go back to the comments.
He wanted to win. I know.
He wanted the dub.
No, Santiago's been very consistent. That's why I said stop it. Because he's been too consistent. Stop it, Santiago. Stop it. You my guy, Santiago. You my guy. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you are. You're a desperate one. Santiago's my guy. So I want you to know he's my guy. But damn it, I'm not claiming this win. This is like a pity win. It's like when a girl gives you a pity date or something. This is a pity win. This is a pity win, man. This ain't, you can't be proud of this. Like, you can't.
It's horrible too.
Or you gotta get her number, or you get a girl's number. She give you a number just to like, she feels sorry for you, but she don't never pick up. She ain't picking up. I ain't picking up this win. I can't claim this. We're not claiming this. Look, I would have claimed a freaking fifth pick overall, though. I would have claimed that. At least I know we earned that. Look, we earned to lose. We deserve to lose, man. We earned to lose that game. We owe it to the fan base to lose that game. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to hear like these players, and I don't want to hear nobody say that these players ain't played for. They didn't play for draft picks. Man, damn it, you damn near played for a draft pick. The way you played was pathetic. You let a backup, like if you really weren't playing for a draft pick, the game should have been a blowout. Mm-hmm. If you're gonna do all that, it should have been a blowout. But you struggled with the reserves. That's pathetic. I don't care. It's pathetic. But I'm not gonna glorify this win. I'm mad that we didn't get a good pick. Jake Moody understood the mission. He missed the kick. He understood the mission early. Damn it. And then he want to screw with me and make a 56-yard kick. I'm like, what's wrong with you, Jake? What's wrong? What's wrong? If I'm Adam Peters, he don't come back for that crap. Cut him. Cut him now. Look, see how
screw his own man on the spot.
Cut him now. Like, you don't make a 50-yard kick. You're gonna miss an easy one. You're gonna miss an easy one. Damn it, missed a hard one too. That's what kicks like that give people hope. Gives the team hope. Ridiculous, man. Yeah. But I will say I do want to give credit to my man Reeves, man, because he does play hard, man. I like he got another interception. He made some good plays as a safety. I like Reeves.
About to get fined tomorrow.
Oh, for the hip tackle? Yeah, he definitely. Yeah. That was a real hip tackle for real. Yeah. But the way he hip tackled a bum, not a bum, but a backup tight end. It's okay. It's all right. So they'll live. You know what I mean? They'll live. That's not. They don't need payback for that one. They'll live. They'll be fine. Right, coach? Right. I see Coach Lombard. Yeah. Y'all be fine with that. You're not mad about that. Look, man. But yeah, this game, I'm glad the season's over, though. I won't lie. I mean, I know a lot of people say you get a good pick in the 7th pick overall. I don't know, man. Like if I don't get my pick, George, I'm trading back. I know who I want. Like I seated enough of it on in the game Miami versus Ohio State. I know I want 2 people. Folks, the Texas Tech dude looked good. I didn't get to see that game. I heard he was good, but I know a game that I watched.
He was dominant in that game.
I heard about him. I didn't watch the game, so I can't talk about that game. So I don't know of him enough to say I gotta go back and watch him. Like I gotta go back. But I did watch this dude. I watched Downs and I watched what's his name? Bain. Bain.
Yeah, Reuben Bain.
In real time. And against Ohio. See, I credit who you do it against. Ohio State got some top, not like I mean, they got some guys, some linemen who going to play on Sundays. I'm not going to say they're going to play really. They'll be good on Sundays, but they got guys who will play on Sundays. That man, Bain, whipped up on them dudes. He whipped up on them dudes. Mm-hmm. And now we're talking about top end, like literally Ohio State got big boys who play on Sundays. Like they got tackles who play on Sundays. And I ain't never see an end do what he did to Ohio State this season. And they can do nothing with him. Caleb Down, animal, but he's consistently an animal. There ain't nothing different. There ain't nothing. So I got two people I want. I swear, if this win ruins this for me, I swear, if this win ruins me getting one of them two players, I will never forgive Dan Quinn in my life. I will not. Hey, Slim, I might be with you, guy. I might be with you. I might be with you. I trade back. I'm with George. I'm kind of with trade back. I'm with George. If I don't get those picks, I may trade back. And if I trade back, I ain't gonna be happy. I'm not gonna be happy. I'm telling you, because those are players I could have had, and I know it changes the defense. Those are game changers. But they wanted to beat the Eagles. Man, the Eagles. We had to beat the Eagles. This is the game we had to win for locker room morale. We had to beat a team that pretty much tried to give us a win for locker room morale. How many? Look, how many? I saw. I know my man. How many snaps did Bobby Wagner play? He played middle linebacker throughout the whole game, right?
Yes,
I'm pretty sure that he did. Yes,
because they wanted to get Bobby his 2,000 tackles.
Did he get it? Oh. Did he get it?
I'm not sure. I'm looking for it now. I'll let you know.
He had no. I know he had no tackles like deep into the second quarter because Chick Hernandez tweeted about it.
All there for him to get his and didn't even get it. You know who got his numbers though? You know who got his numbers though, right? You know who got the numbers?
Who?
Devontae Smith. He got his numbers.
And he got his $1,000 or 1,000 yards to get his money. But
look, DC Slim said no, he didn't get it. It's a waste, man.
So he'll be back. He'll be back next year.
Stat padding for players on a losing team.
Well, I mean, I don't get
that is terrible.
Well, no. This is the thing. I don't got a problem with it. If you're getting paid, I don't get mad for the money. No, he said he got it. Todd said, yeah, he got it. Todd said he got it. I don't get mad if you get paid. You get paid, don't bother me. Because that's money. You better get it. That's, you're doing your player a solid. You're doing them a solid. But if you ain't getting paid, you can get that next year. I don't worry about that crap. You can get that next year, man. You can get that stat next year, somewhere else next year. He only had 5. What is it getting it now? Unless you're going to retire, what is it getting it now compared to compared to next season? You know what I'm saying? You'll get it somewhere if Bobby Wagner is good enough, he'll be on another team, or he'll be on this team. Hopefully not on this team. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm kind of over everything. Yeah, Miami got 2 good pass rushers. The other boy, old boy, was nasty too. Yeah, Phil. Old boy. See, man, look. But they ruined it from getting me the guy that I wanted. Usually when I get the guy I want, I kind of win. I win. I ain't gonna lie to you. When I get the guy I want, I'm like, yeah. He's about to wreak havoc. Now I'm not getting the guy I want. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even sure. And we do good with Miami players too. Just on the track record, us and Miami players are pretty good. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. Portis, Santana, Sean Taylor. Majority we kind of hit with Miami players. So we had some Hankerson. He wasn't the greatest, but beggars can't be choosers. But he showed flashes every once in a while. I'm just saying, give me old boy. I need old boy. Give me Downs or whoever, and I'm good. That's all. I'm sorry for ranting. I'm done with ranting. I'm over it. But I'm just saying, why win? That's all I'm saying. Why? I know people who are in deep. We got a couple people that are in too deep, and they've been around the team, and they kind of wanted this for this team. I don't want this for this team. I want them to lose. And now they won this game. I don't feel good about it. There's no kumbaya. There's no we're a winner. There's none of that. So to me, we just got we basically got a participation award for playing the game, and that was a participation win than anything. It wasn't. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I need this energy with you and Katie tomorrow night when you're doing the couch show.
Well, I'm going to ask you this, man. I'm going to ask you as a football player, as a person who does not like to lose.
Yeah, I hate to lose. I do hate to lose, though.
Right, a person that does not like to lose. A person who likes this team, and I want you guys to put yourself in Dan Quinn's position, right?
Oh, snap. Okay.
If you're in Dan Quinn's position, and you are a coach who, let's be honest, you don't know which way this organization is going, right? We're a winning organization. You don't want to be fired. You motivate these guys to go win the game.
You're supposed to. No, I'm
you
not.
co-
I'm not
you
mad.
coach you guys go together. You're not looking at a draft pick. We as fans are looking at a draft
Yeah, I
pick.
agree with that.
But Dan Quinn is like, hey, we're going to win this football game because he's trying to keep some sense of this locker room. Because let's be honest, some of these guys are coming back.
Uh-huh.
The majority of the guys are leaving.
Yeah.
All these one year deal guys, I don't think they're coming back. Matter of fact, which 1 year deal guy would you bring back? It's not many.
No, I ain't bringing no 1 year guy. I'm bringing back. I don't even know.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, I would think about bringing because I did like how he played Von. Yeah, I think about bringing Von Miller back. I do agree with that one.
Ooh, see.
I think about as a rotation dude, he wouldn't be a starter. Like he would play his the role he was supposed to play.
Yeah,
like he would play the role if I drafted an edge rusher, like Von would be like a guy that backs him up. Then I got somebody who can teach the young boy too. Like I got a guy who can. It'd be good for that young dude. Like if I had Bane, I'm definitely I would re-sign Von, and I would so he can see what Von does as a pass rusher. Like I would definitely have him, but he would be a back. Like Von would be the backup. It wouldn't be no Bane. Von is playing over Bane, but he would learn from him. Like I would definitely, yeah. I'm not wrong. I'm not mad at that at all. Debo too. Yeah, I would resign Debo. I personally would resign Debo. I would though.
Well, Debo is the only one that I would resign.
I'll sign Debo, but I mean that's who I definitely would. Von had 8 sacks, man. DC Slim, man. Usually had 8 sacks this year. I think he had 9. He may have 9.
Well, if he got one today, he got his.
He got one today. He
definitely got one on the last drive.
Yeah, he got one.
He
got one.
So he got his bonus today. He got $1 million.
Bonus. Damn. See,
he needed 1 sack to get $1 million.
Yeah, I definitely bring it back. I would bring Von back just to be on the just to be under like because you always need a vet to cultivate an environment. Like I'm cool with that. Like a vet that can teach a young dude.
Yeah, Tunzel was technically a 1 year guy too, but we know they're gonna
he better come back.
You know they're gonna renegotiate that contract. If anybody's contract gets done, it's Tunzel.
Yeah, 9. He got 9. Yeah, 9 sacks. Yeah, that's shit. I'm sorry. Nah, I'm sorry, bro. 9 sacks is 9 sacks. It's not a bum. 9 sacks ain't no bum. I know people may not like it, but 9 sacks ain't a bum. And truth be told, he would have had more of that dumb Frankie Luvu the late hit. But he still got he got credited for that sack, right? On Luvu's dumb late hit. Did he get credit for that sack?
Yeah, but the dead ball foul.
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
It was dead ball foul. Yeah. Play was over. Then he got.
It's okay. Hey, DC stuff. We could agree to disagree. I would keep on. It's cheap. It ain't no money. Ain't no real money.
I'll cut Luvu though.
I mean, I definitely don't need no Luvu. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? DC sacks ain't easy to get. You acting like we getting sacks out here.
Especially when you get
sacks out here.
Especially when you ain't getting the sacks. Especially when you're on the worst defense, one of the worst.
Yeah, you ain't getting sacks out here. Sacks ain't easy out here for no DC, for no Washington Commanders.
Hey, speaking of sacks, y'all. And this is not Washington Commanders related.
Yeah,
I watched Myles Garrett sack of Joe Barrows.
Oh, was it fake? I ain't say it was a fluke. Was he like
it looked like Joe Barrows went down. I'm sorry.
I am with you on that 100%.
It looked like Joe Barrows went down and took the sack.
Oh, we're not comparing Myles Garrett to like.
Oh no.
Yeah,
that's not Timothy. I'm not doing that.
I'm not comparing.
No, not you, not you, Glenn. I'm talking about Timothy. We're not doing that.
No.
Hey,
we're not putting Von Miller in. No, we're not doing that.
But you know one thing I thought about Myles Garrett sack, man. Talk about a guy who's changed his career around. To go from the helmet swinging, that's the only incident he's had. To go from the helmet swinging incident to now being the sack leader who hasn't had any other problems in the league. Myles Garrett was the young guy who actually turned his misfortunes around.
Oh, I mean that dude. I mean, old boy, kind of. I don't know. We don't know what Mason Rudolph
said.
No, Rudolph probably said something he shouldn't.
He did say something. Hold on. He did say something he shouldn't. But at the same time,
you talking about that? You're talking about that.
I'm talking about that. Yeah. But Myles did go off.
I mean, he should go off.
Yeah, because Mason Rudolph probably used certain words that we're not going to use here in polite company.
Oh yeah, he definitely used certain words. But
Mason.
People forgot that though.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. The maturity, the growth,
and maturity. Yeah. And men,
absolutely.
And
I'm with you, Glenn, because people are like, I heard some people online saying it was a legitimate sack. When I saw the highlight, I'm like, it wasn't as bad as what Favre did, but it was kind of.
Yeah, I'm about to say because Michael Strahan's thing was like, that was
like Favre just fell over right.
Yeah, in front of that was kind of like
because he was a pal.
I was going to ask you, was it that bad? Was it like Brett?
It wasn't that bad. But
it wasn't that bad.
I'm with you. It looked like a gift.
Okay. I mean, he deserved. To me, he deserved it. I don't care. I feel like he.
Oh, and somebody made a good point on that he got in way less snaps than Strahan and T.J. Watt.
Yeah,
so
like way less snaps. He was real dominant. He was really legit dominant.
Yeah,
he was legitimately dominant. Yeah. Like his record is real to me because he had he won a stretch where he had like 5 sacks back-to-back games.
Yeah, he
like
like
5 sacks.
Yeah. He went on a stretch where he had three in one game, I think 4 and it was.
He had a stretch of games where it was ungodly in terms of what he was doing. I don't care how bad a quarterback holds the football. No one man should be having 5 sacks. Like that means you obviously game plan for Myles Garrett. Like everybody game plans for this dude.
Yeah,
so to get a 5 sack game.
So to get us back on track, we kind of went into the negatives already.
Mm-hmm.
But I would love to hear some of Wole's negatives that are not this team won, because there were a lot of things. I thought this was a very incompetently played game of football from both sides.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm just curious at what the biggest negatives that stood out to you.
Like obviously, like a situation you're up 10-7, and like the high snap that you lose the fumble, that was lost. What else I didn't like? I mean, defensively, I mean, you still are like in a game like this, defensively, you're going against the backup, and he wasn't sharp. You know what I mean? He wasn't nothing. He wasn't sharp.
He was,
but yeah, right. But you still was kind of playing a conservative style of football. Like I feel like again, the last game of the season, you're gonna have to test. You got to test these dudes. You got to know what you can learn from the situation. That's my thing. You got to use this game as something. If you're, I mean, obviously, they want to compete or whatever it is, but you have to see what you can actually do going into next season. And I'm not going to say about playing players, but I'm just talking about putting players in situations like that. Like you may have to blitz a little bit more, especially playing against a quarterback like that. Blitz a little bit more, show more pressure. Don't play the style that you were playing the last some odd weeks when you took over as play caller. You got to see what these individuals can do one-on-one. So, I mean, if I had to like stuff like that, but to your point, I'm sloppy brand of football. It's just not to be funny, but it's like backups playing against backups. And we had starters, but they look like backups. A lot of these dudes are like backups. And I'm being real, like on the defense, at least on the defense side of football, I'll say that much. Offensively, like, we couldn't get Bill loose. It was, I mean, C-Rod played good. I know we're gonna go to positives, but he looked good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, to me, it's a little bit the same old. I can't really, and if I had to go real negative, I don't know how. I mean, all jokes aside, I don't know how Jake Moody missed that kick. I don't care what wind blowing or whatnot. Like, I know I'm laughing. I know I make jokes about, he knew the mission, but my guy,
24-yard kick.
My guy, like
extra
my
point.
guy, like I'm be real, my guy. Come on, man. You trying to get a job? Come on, man.
had made 14 straight prior to that.
Yeah, and you gonna miss that kick, and then you gonna make. And I made a joke about it, but then you gonna make a 56-yard kick. Like, really? My God.
This is the one that got me.
My God.
How does Washington not score on that drive?
A touchdown?
That drive should have been, because you get to play. You're driving that. You have a 10-minute drive.
Oh, it's a long drive.
That is a 10-minute drive.
That's right.
That's a 10-minute drive.
What was the play call before that? What was the play call? Why didn't they score a touchdown? What was the play call?
Well,
they went to Burke and they thought they went to Burke.
Was that one of the goal lines where they had a Bill inside run and it got totally stuffed? I was
yes,
mad
it
about
did.
that.
And then the touchdown play tried to go to Debo, and he was already double covered anyway on that one. And so then they lined up for the field goal. And that's bad. And so it's bad coaching again. And I agree with that. That's bad coaching. 10-minute drive. You're supposed to come up with some points. You're supposed to come up with 7.
Yeah.
Especially when you ended up on a 2 or 3 yard line.
Yeah, Timothy, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, he made it. I know I mentioned he made the 56-yarder, but I was like, you don't miss a 24.
Hey,
come on, man.
I want to do this real quick. Yo,
go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
NFL draft picks. Here's the list of the top 10.
Right? Oh, I know him, but go ahead though.
All right. For the fans who don't know, here's the top 10, right? The Las Vegas Raiders, who probably would have a new head coach, right?
They go quarterback.
They get number 1. The Jets have number 2, right? The Arizona Cardinals don't need a quarterback unless they get rid of.
They're getting rid of him. It's already
They're
getting rid of him. Yeah, so you
got a receiver. So then you got the Tennessee Titans who don't need a quarterback because they got Cam Ward last year.
He started good. He started
right?
good too.
The New York Giants who don't need a quarterback, Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
Right?
They won't get one.
I'll
They're
pick it at 5
now.
The Cleveland Browns at 6 who don't need a quarterback.
They do. I don't know. They believe in him, but go ahead.
You got to believe in Shador.
But I don't know if they do. I don't think they do.
You don't believe in Shador at this point.
Maybe I love to see if the GM and the coach.
Yeah, let's see first. Let's see first.
Depends on who the head coach is.
I ain't gonna lie to you though. Real talk. We'll see. There's only one quarterback that could be in the first round for like maybe 2, right?
If Dante Moore comes out,
Dante Moore, right? I don't even know if he's ready, but Dante Moore. There's only 2 quarterbacks. So the first one, the kid from Indiana, right?
Mm-hmm. That's right, Mendoza. Yes, he's going 1 to the Raiders. He's going I think he almost write it in right now.
Yeah,
right. So then you got Washington at 7. So when you talk about the Caleb Downs and the defensive Baines,
we're screwed, man. They're going to go early.
That's what that was my point. The Washington Commanders are going to be screwed because again, if you're the New York Football Giants and you got what's my man they just picked up last year, the inside backer,
Carter. They got Abdul Carter outside.
Abdul Carter outside, and then you get a Baines on the other outside with what's already got Thibodeau in them in the middle.
Baines is safety. I mean, Baines are outside. Oh, Baines outside. Yeah.
Baines outside too. So you got 2 outside, 2 young outside pass rushers.
You could do. Man, who's Thibodeau's gone. They're going because Thibodeau's gonna be a free agent. Thibodeau's a free agent.
So they may not let him go. They're
gonna let him go. They're gonna let him go. They're gonna because Abdul Carter needs to play. He needs to play end. That's why.
So then after that, you got the New Orleans Saints, and I couldn't tell you the last time the Kansas City Chiefs picked in the top 10. Kansas City got number 9.
They number 9. So we're so okay. So let me. I mean, we
Cincinnati
draft show,
and the Bengals are 10.
We know the whole draft show eventually, but I do.
I
do want to think about this. I do want to think about this. I got to think about this correctly. The Jets, right, are what?
The Jets are number 2.
Yeah.
Has any idea what the Jets are going to do?
Yeah, because the quarterbacks are so weak in this draft. So and their defense is bad. Their defense is bad. Their defense is bad.
But also the Jets depends on if they keep the head coach.
There's no way you get a safety that early though. That's my thing. I think the Giants may get downs too.
Yep, Giants may get down. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not trying to dash anybody's hopes.
We may get the Texas Tech dude. I ain't gonna lie. We may get the Texas Tech dude.
But this game here, going back to the game, have affected what Washington does on defense and who they get. Because you could have had the number 5 pick.
Nah,
but the Giants are gonna take the 5 pick now.
Nah, they're going in the top 6.
Who?
He's saying 2 receivers.
Nah, only Jordan. The dude, Jordan's going to go.
Ain't no 2 receivers going top.
Yeah, no 2's going top.
Ain't no 1 receiver in my opinion.
That's Jordan, right?
I mean,
Tyson believes the Giants.
Do you really look at him as that kind of a receiver?
Tyson's number 1. Tyson will be number 1. The Ohio State dude Tate is going to probably be outside. Tate won't be top 10. He'll be because even think about it. Even where did Ohio State? Where did the dude from Ohio State for the Tampa Bay Bucks? Where did he go in the draft?
Luka went like 20 something.
Exactly. He's better, and he better than Tate. And he better than Tate.
So
I agree with that.
So do you draft
better than Tate?
You draft the best guy?
Huh?
You draft the best guy on the board, or do you
I do best guy on the board.
So then it might be
he's going the first round, but I think he's going first round. I don't know. I think Tate going first round. I don't think he's going top 10.
Yeah, but he ain't going.
Top 10.
7.
Nah, top 10. Nah,
not top 10.
Tyson.
I get why people like Tyson, but I think that's a reach.
Tyson. I think Tyson may be top 10. I think Tyson will be top 10.
So if Tyson's on the board, do you go Tyson, go Baines, you go defense?
No, I'm going. I don't think Tyson's the best available out of the 2. George, I don't think he's the best though. Like if he's the best on the board, I don't trade back.
I mean, I don't look at Jordan Tyson as worth taking in the top 10. And again, I could have my mind changed on that, but to me, there isn't a receiver that should be going that high this year.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna say this to Todd, since the Giants are drafting now they're gonna get Neighbors back and Robinson went over 1,000 yards. They don't really need to go wide receiver. They got 2 guys who can already do it already. They don't need to go wide receiver.
They need line.
They need defense.
They need some offensive line.
They do offensive linemen. They need some offensive linemen. Yeah.
Jackson Dart said he said this would never happen again. It shouldn't happen again. This year was miserable, according to his press conference, and it should not happen again.
But like I said, back to this game. Yeah. But yeah, this team, this win was I don't know. This game was like not that. I mean, as a watch, it just was a bad watch.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bad football to watch, though. I will say that. Though. Can I try to change the channel and watch a couple other games? There's a lot of bad football. Like, this was a bad time.
Oh, yeah. This was preseason. This was preseason
like,
football in a lot of places.
Like, even the games that, like, mattered but that should have mattered weren't, like, the Broncos versus the Chargers was not an entertaining game.
Oh, the Broncos offense was horrible again, wasn't it?
It was horrible, man. Like, and they played their starters. Like the Chicago Bears, like they
had to go for the number 1 seed.
Yeah, but the Chargers didn't play their starters. When you don't and you look at the Lions versus the Bears, like the Lions wanted to win that game. They played their starters, so it wasn't like you played the real Lions team. But like even they like Chicago was looking sloppy. Even the Lions look sloppy for real. Like the Lions just took it like a step back. You know what I mean? Like they just took a step back in terms of the offense they had last season. Because like I feel like if they had last year's type of offense, they would have blew out the Bears today. That's how bad that game was. Yeah, I think Jordan. Yeah, I think Jordan. Yeah, Jordan's a pro. I believe it. Bailey Downs. Yeah, I believe Jordan's a pro. He's after. Yeah, he's after. I agree with that. He's after Bailey. I agree with that. I agree with that statement. I think there'll be an offensive lineman. I haven't checked the offensive lineman in this draft, so I got to go back and check and see where they rate at. Like where they rate, you know what I mean? If they rate high, then yeah, that can always knock because the offensive linemen tackles are always rated high. Tackles and edges are rated high in draft. When you look at the draft board, people typically safeties are harder to like safeties and linebackers. You don't get it in the top 5. Like really, if you want to be realistic, they don't. Like as good as Micah Parsons was in college. And he was a hell of a player in college, and everybody knew he was probably the third best prospect in the draft, or even first. He went like, and I know he had issues, but he had the issues and whatnot. But he still went out of the top 10.
I thought he went 10. Did he go 10? I thought he went 10. Did he go 11?
I think he went 11. He could have went 10. Okay. But he should have been a top 5 pick though. The real talk, he should have been a top 5 pick.
Hey, DC Slim, we'll talk about coaches if they fire a coach.
Yeah, we ain't talking coaches. Yeah, man, we got look, man.
If they fire.
Look, man, Monday happens, but when Monday happens, we're gonna after Monday, that's when people get fired. If he get fired on Monday, we'll come back and do a show, bro. Let's stop talking like I'm gonna be real. I don't do the energy of like people getting fired when it's not a thing that's happening yet. I'm gonna be real. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, do I care? I ain't gonna and to just for you, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't care if he's fired or not. I don't even care. If he's fired, great. If he's not, whatever. Like, I don't even care. I have no energy in terms of Dan Quinn being back or not. He don't even matter to me.
Question for you guys real quick. Mm-hmm. And this maybe, and I'm not saying NFL is rigged or questioned. But this is the Bears and Green Bay third time playing, correct? When they play next week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that brings rating. The last game.
Raheem Morris got fired.
But I told you, dog.
Damn, even with a 4-game win streak to end the season.
Wow. I told you guys about a month and a half ago that Raheem Morris will be fired. So guess who the new DC is going to be in Washington?
I do not want him. I ain't gonna lie to you. He ain't my favorite. Like I like Raheem Morris personally, but as a coach, I don't know. As a defensive coach, he okay. I'm like he ain't like a game changer.
He's way more qualified than Joe Witt.
Yes,
I ain't saying
facts.
Much, but
facts. That he's better than Joe Witt. But I will say,
I do have a question: is the GM out too? Because he better be out. Adam
Schefter just reported it. He just reported that
Morris is out.
There ain't no way in the world that GM should keep that job if they're blowing Morris out the door.
Hold up. Cliff Kingsbury's in. I'm just kidding. He's gonna play. He's probably gonna fly for that, John.
Don't worry, Monday. Oh yeah. Oh shoot. Yeah, he probably could. You know what?
Cliff could be in Atlanta.
He could apply for the Atlanta gig. I can see
that. With a Michael
Penix.
I can see it.
With a Michael
I
Penix.
thought for sure that 4-game win streak was going to save Raheem Morris's vacant.
I can see that.
Only thing that was going to say Raheem Morris. Yeah. Only thing was going to say Morris down there.
Don't you think Cliff could do something with Michael Penix? Maybe
he could.
I think he could. I think he could.
Only thing we're going to see Morris there, Raheem, was that they needed to win the NFC South, and they did finish. Let's be honest, he did finish with a 3-way tie. It was a 3-way tie. They lost based off of criteria, tiebreaker points, and that's why Carolina's in.
And no, it was head to head between the three teams.
Yeah, head to head. Yeah.
I think he went with B. John Robinson too. Yeah, it worked. Cliff and B. John Robinson would work. It would work.
Atlanta works for Cliff, and then he can wear his swag down in Atlanta too.
Yeah. Because B. John makes it even easier. B. John makes it's not even Michael Pitts. I didn't think about B. John if they wanted to resign. Kyle Pitts too. They resign Kyle Pitts.
Paul,
it would work.
Paul, definitely. We can do a Black Monday show, Paul. If all these coaches get fired, I'll do a Black Monday show.
If Dan Quinn get fired, get fired, we can do a
Black Monday show.
I won't be available actually because I have to do a long show with Candy.
With Candy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Glen and I could do a show.
Yeah, no, y'all can hold it down. Yeah, definitely. But if he gets fired though, yeah. If y'all gonna do it if he gets fired, you're just gonna do it in general.
If he gets fired.
I just can't believe that Raheem Morris got fired that quick. God damn.
It was already in the works, George.
Nah, hey John. Yeah, he want to be. I'm gonna be real with you, dog. He want to be a head coach.
He shouldn't. See, John, you should be right, but he doesn't want to be a head coach.
But John, I'm gonna give this to John. Cliff Kingsbury, and I hate to say it this way, but it's true. He's the guy. He wants the right fit. He'll go on job interviews, but if it's not the right fit, he's the guy who's turned the plane around. Like, nah, I don't want to be with the Jets.
He will.
He wants the right fit. And to me, right now, Atlanta. There's only two places to me I believe that's the right fit. One is Atlanta. The other one is Cleveland.
I don't even know Cleveland. I don't know about the Cleveland one. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know about
he has a defense. You have a Myles Garrett. You have a defense. You have a young African American. You have a young quarterback who's mobile, who he likes to work with.
He ain't mobile enough though. You're right, but Shador ain't mobile like that though. Like I get what you're talking about. He needs his offense. What he likes about a quarterback. He needs a quarterback who can really run. Shador ain't mobile. He's fast enough.
Yeah,
I don't know how to say he's fast enough, but he's not fast. Like if you look at who he likes, Kyler Murray, that's an elusive, really fast quarterback. Jaden Daniels, fast. He likes a certain type of speed with his quarterback. Yeah. Supposedly, he likes these guys who really are fast enough. So I don't know. But Atlanta does look interesting to me because Michael Penix ran like a 4.4 in the combine.
Yeah.
So he's got enough speed. That was interesting. But again, because of Bijan. Bijan makes it. I mean, I'll say this, Glenn, to your point about Cleveland. The defense is intriguing. I don't know about the quarterback, but I think the defense would be intriguing for him.
Uh-huh.
Like because that defense would stall time for his offense. Like he probably would think all I gotta do is score a certain amount of points, and he would probably keep real talk. He would keep Schwartz, right? If he wanted to, he would keep him. And everything would be I'm not mad at that one. I'm not mad at that. Here you go. What's up, Gearsell? Haven't seen in a while, my man. Says, hope the season is like Wayne Brady going to training day. Wayne Brady, Dave Chappelle's kid never gets old, my guy. Gearsell, my guy, man. I miss that dude. I ain't see him in a minute. What's going on, my guy?
Oh, that's so funny.
I don't think Cliff is like proven, but he's got some job. He's getting interviews. I don't think Cliff deserves a head coaching job. Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that if he did get one, the best fit would be that Atlanta job is like damn. That is
the Atlanta job is
a good one for him. I think the Atlanta job is a gold situation if you with the right offensive mind. I think the Atlanta job is for an offensive minded coach. It's a great job. It's got a lot.
You got Drake. You got Bijan and Drake London. That's not a bad.
It's a
start
really
to an arsenal.
Yeah, it's a good one, man. It really is a good one.
So I want to double down on this game real quick. Nick Sirianni, all the Eagle fans are still in the chat. Nick Sirianni in his press conference says this is his comment. He was asked a question about the starters. He says this: the decision to rest the starters was the best decision for the Eagles to be rested and ready for the playoffs. Is that really the best? Because you have to play a team. That's not the best decision.
You got to play the Niners, don't you?
You got to play the Niners.
Yep.
At home. And then when you win, you have to go on the road to Chicago.
It's not even that. I don't even know that Chicago's going to beat the Packers. That's not a guarantee. But I know the Niners are really, truth be told, are really the second best team in the NFC.
Yeah.
Just because Chicago won the division don't mean nothing. Like they're literally them and the Rams. The top three teams, real talk, are the Seahawks And the Niners and Rams can go any which way you want to, but those are the top 3 teams.
Depends on which Ram teams you get.
Yeah, which Ram team you get. Exactly, Glenn. But so you telling me they want to play the second best team in the NFC? That's what I'm saying. Like, I know you at home, but still, like
they figure San Francisco's traveling west, traveling east.
That don't mean nothing, man. Like that don't mean nothing. You got to stop that. It's gonna be interesting, man.
Hey, but this makes it interesting too, man. If John Harbaugh fired tonight, if they lose to Pittsburgh.
They're winning right now. They say they scored a touchdown, right?
Yeah, they're winning right now. So
it's 7-0.
But then again, you got the other flip in is Mike Tomlin on the hot seat.
Yeah, said Purdy already. I know. Hey, look, man, you get to finally play Purdy. We'll get to see now because the last time when they beat Purdy, when they played Purdy, did they play Purdy in the playoffs?
Yeah, he was sick.
No, he was hurt, and then they got the backup QB out. And
okay, so Josh Johnson. Oh, so they never played Purdy. You know what? You get your chance to see if he's overrated to y'all, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Are we opening up and getting people on tonight?
Sure. Yeah, I'll put it in the chat.
Because when Taj comes on, he brought up something in the chat that I've starred for us that I wanted him to talk about because I saw what he was talking about. I thought it was interesting.
We're not getting Trim. We're not getting Flores, man. That man need to be a head coach, bro.
He's not leaving Minnesota.
He's not leaving Minnesota to be a
That's a lateral move. He's not gonna do that.
That's a lateral move. I mean, he's out of well, his contract's up. His contract is up. But
he's not gonna leave one DC job to go to another DC job.
I think he might as well stay in Minnesota. He did wonders in Minnesota. He might as well stay there.
Yes, he did. They need to get him some talent though, because
that's my dream.
He's doing wonders with like no talent, and the Harrison Smith is apparently retired.
That man, like you see what he doing. That man.
He's a motivator.
Man. That's my dream too, bro. That's my dream too. Wow. Trent, I know that's my dream too. Oh, we got Paul in the building, man.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, Paul?
Season's over, man.
Happy New Year, fellas.
Happy New Year. Happy season been over, man. Happy season being over, man.
Thank you. It was been over back in October.
I know, but officially, man. I mean, officially. We don't have to worry about trying to do stuff like this no more. Go ahead.
Nah, we really don't, man.
What's up, bro?
This season was like an episode of Stranger Things. If anybody watches that show,
I need to watch it. I heard it's good.
It's good, but you go from 12-5. Then you flip over to the Shadow Realm. You go back to 4-12.
We're 5-12 now.
5-12. Yeah, you go back and you flip over to the dark side back to 5-12. Everybody want to get a humanitarian coach of the year, Dan Quinn. No blame for this whatsoever. And you know who I'm talking about. Not nobody on this panel though.
Yeah.
So my point is, I wanted to vent. First of all, I'm mad because y'all, I was told by the leader not to talk about coaches no more. I do my draft, so I'm on that. I'm on that task now.
Chill out. You're going that task, bro. Like I said, we got waste energy.
I'm on that task. No, I'm wasting my energy right now because I got time today.
Yeah. Well, you wasting now though. Go for
it. My thing is this. We talked about this in the pregame show.
Yeah.
We talked about this before on Friday. Mm-hmm. I asked questions to set this whole thing up. Who's responsible for bad penalties? Who's responsible for all this bad stuff on the field? Mm-hmm. Who's responsible? Like I said, no accountability. Mm-hmm. Who's responsible playing these vets ahead of these young players when there's nothing to prove?
Mm-hmm.
Who's accountable for playing your quarterback in a game who's getting beat by 20?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Again, bringing it back too early, he got hurt again against Minnesota. Mm-hmm. So you can scapegoat Witt, and what you said before when we said this last year, and I said it earlier in the year, Witt was not a qualified DC.
Yeah.
But who hired him?
You right now.
The defense has been bad for 2 years straight.
Mm-hmm.
Who hired him? Who had I'm not finished.
Yeah.
Who does not and Taj brought this up to him. I'm gonna give a shout out to Taj. You saw that video between AP and Cliff. How does Cliff have the power to tell AP to pick Conley and you need an edge rusher? I'm saying, what is he doing? Everybody, you tell me, you're going to tell me that everybody wants to come to this team because of AP? I mean, because of Dan Quinn? Give me a break, man. You want to come in because Jaden Daniels is your marquee player?
Well, I'll say this. I mean,
I don't wait.
No. I'll say this much. I don't know. Like, you can like him, and they may want to come here, but he may be a reason. I don't want to say he's not a reason, but that don't matter. All your other points are great. Like, I think they're perfect points. Like, people can like Micah Parsons likes him a lot. Like,
you can like him.
Like, there are people who want to play for him. It's a fact. That's a fact. Michael Parsons, who's a star player, wanted to come here because of Dan Quinn.
Yeah, but I think Glenn said it best. You want to come in because you know if you're a vet, he gonna play you.
Yeah, he gonna take care of you. That's what I'm saying. Like I get that. Like I'm not like I'm not. So I think that part could be true. I think two things can be true. I'm a big like two things can be true.
Yeah, you're right.
But your point about the real point about like being responsible for all of this, you're totally 110% correct. Like I ain't 110% correct because it falls on you. And then there's the pecking order too at the same time where, and this is the thing that I have an issue with even the pick, right? The draft pick. Like, yeah, you talking to Cliff and like about the pick of Connerly, and like for him, you need to be talking to your head coach.
Yeah.
Why is it Cliff? What is that? What is that about? Like, I don't even know if your structure is all the way right. You dig what I'm saying? Like, that's when I hear that and I hear stuff about that report about the disconnect, and though I don't know if to believe it or not because because the reporter who reported, but if that's true, it goes back to that thought process. What is your structure working like, bro? Like, why do you skip around and go to your offensive coordinator? Ain't like your offensive coordinator is even remotely close to your head coach in terms of like a guy who you feel like is going to overtake him. Because there's situations we've seen in the league when your OC is like damn near the head coach. We've seen that. Shoot, we've seen that here. You know what I'm saying? We've seen that here. So that ain't that type of vibe. So why is he getting that type of access to Cliff and vice versa? Like, you should be going to the head coach, and the head coach should be telling you if I want that guy or not. Yeah, forget what Cliff want. Like, what does that matter? Like, I know this is your offense. What does that matter? No, I'm the head coach. It runs with me.
And plus, you had Coleman. So what's the point? To me, Conley was just a supplemental, like a glory pick. You know, an extra pick.
Agreed.
You didn't have to do that. Yeah, you needed an edge rusher, man. But I'm just mad because I'm like, yo, you had an opportunity this year. You did, and basically they missed. They made bad moves the whole offseason. On the field and off the field. The Terry thing was a bad look. I mean, everything they did was just a bad look this year.
You go back to last year, the Lattimore thing was a bad look. You gave your picks for Lattimore.
Yeah, now that did not pan out. And then like I always say, what they say don't match they play. They talk brotherhood, they talk toughness. Have we seen that this year on the field?
I agree with that too. I agree with all that too.
But then people want to run this back though. Why are we run? See, my thing is everybody say, well, good organizations don't fire coaches. Well, we're not a good organization. 1 year success does not make you a good organization, people. Let's be real.
Well, Paul, you want to know why we say didn't talk brotherhood? Because the head coach wasn't talking brotherhood.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He talking brotherhood, but
all the brotherhood coach to talk last year came from Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn wasn't saying the same thing this year. He wasn't talking that.
And Glenn, I'm gonna steal your line from a couple of shows ago. You said, yeah, they love the coach, but they lost 12 straight games. I'm like, that kid.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I agree. Like, I feel like, to me, and to your point, I don't get into like the dislike when I feel like I have an issue when you lose discipline. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. That's my thing.
So if Frankie Louvu is out here doing late hits and you reward it, like, I don't think you coaching discipline.
Right.
Like, there's levels.
Ron Payne causing a fight.
Yeah, or that too, if you want to go that route, you know. But I'm still blaming the St. Brown, like that dude that he punched him. I don't know how you not throw a punch back, but that's in terms of, man, you punch me, I'm punching you back. I don't care who you are.
Take the 15.
Yeah, come on, man. Somebody gonna pay my fine. Right, you gonna pay my fine. You touch me, I'm touching you back. But yeah, I just feel like in terms, pause that. Yes, facts. But in terms of everything, in terms of like some of the plays, like, you know, offsides and people just not doing bonehead stuff and not doing things smart in terms of mental play. Yeah, you can punish, like, that's discipline. You punish that. The false start stuff, that's crazy.
Yeah,
like that's crazy.
You saw that stat too.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I saw that stat.
That's a lack of discipline. That's a lack of discipline. That's a lack of discipline. You can't.
But hold up. But look at the side of the ball is on. That's
side of the ball.
That's OC.
Yeah, but it's still though. I'm with you, but you are the head coach.
It's Dan Quinn, but it's OC.
Yeah, no, I get you, but you're right. You're right. That's part of. But as a head coach, you got to go in there and say, "This ain't top. We ain't tolerating that," because it's happening all the time. And if it happens that many times, that's a problem. That's something you got to try to correct that. Again, that's a mental thing. That's not physical. Physical, you getting beat one-on-one is physical. And then that's just you ain't ready or that's it. That's physical. The mental, like for you, a false starts are mental. So that's discipline. You're not disciplined enough to stay straight, to stay in your section. You're not disciplined enough to not flinch or whatnot. So that's my issue. We got Taj out here too. I'll put Taj out here as well. What's good, Taj?
Taj?
Hey, fellas, what's going on?
What's going on, man?
Happy New Year to you, Taj.
Happy New Year, fellas.
Taj, what do you, George? You wanted Taj to elaborate on something?
Yes, because I think I saw his tweet about this, and he says, the situation where I believe Josh Johnson comes off the field after a possession is over, and if I'm wrong about this, you can correct me, Taj. And he's talking to the QB coach, and he's talking to Dan Quinn, and he's not talking to Cliff. Is that right? Have I got that correct?
Yeah, that stood out to me because I wasn't watching the game for wins and losses and execution because it's a preseason game.
Yeah.
What I was looking for was just like little nuances. I wanted to see how the guys were on the sidelines. I wanted to see the myth and the legend of McGee. You know, he's on the line of Bakari Rambo and Darius Geis.
He is not like that, man. You nasty work. You nasty work, and you nasty work. He was not like that, and he was playing hard. He's playing good out there too. And even though they still ain't trying to put my man in middle linebacker for some. You know what? I ain't over it. I ain't betting.
Nah, don't do that.
Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead, man.
I ain't hear that name in a long time. I ain't hear that name Darius Geis in a long time. Good gracious.
No, because the only reason, and I get back to the point of George real quick, because the only reason why I use those two analogies, I just think as fans we fall in love with glimpses.
Yeah, that's right.
And don't get me wrong, if I'm wrong about McGee, I'm wrong about McGee. I'm one of these fans that I'm willing to be wrong if we win.
Gotcha.
Right.
So, I ain't one of these people that once we win 12 or 13 games, but the coach is still trash or this is still, I ain't going to do that.
Yeah.
But back to George's point, I was just looking at the game, and since all these reports coming out about Cliff, I even think I sent something in the chat to a couple of people about even the videos. Like, why is these videos being released now of Adam Peters asking Cliff, hey, how do you feel about Ben Sinnott? How do you feel about Conley? Like, it's almost like he's putting, I ain't gonna say making him the scapegoat, but it's giving that vibes because when somebody's about to leave or when you about to fire somebody and you know it could be controversial, you kind of started doing a hit piece, what I call hit pieces.
Yeah. We did that with old boy, right? With the old GM. We did that with what's his face? The dude
Scott.
Scott. Yeah.
Oh, they ran him through the ringer, boy.
And the fact that they released it to this reporter, which I'm not going to name on your show because I don't want to offend any relationships. But when they released it to that reporter, I'm like, you could have released it to a lot other people than that reporter.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of like it's giving that vibe of a hit piece. Like either they know Cliff is going to leave or he wants to leave.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking about his contract status. Did he sign a 3-year deal or a 2-year deal with an option for a third or whatever? But back to the point that I was making with George. So I was just watching Cliff's body language on TV whenever they put the camera on him. And I just noticed, like, before when it was Mariota or Jaden or even Josh last week, when they called timeouts, Cliff was talking to him. Like, hey, this is what you need to look for. This is what you need to see. This is what I want. But tonight, I didn't see the other timeouts, but I just noticed it with the last 2 timeouts, especially the last one, it was the quarterback coach and Dan Quinn talking to him. And I'm like, where's –
I noticed that too, Taj. But this is what I thought on that one, Taj. I saw the same thing, and I know it's like, dang, but I thought Dan was getting on him for calling that timeout. Like that Dan didn't call the timeout. That Johnson was like, hey, we don't have something. I'm going to call the timeout because it didn't like the formation. Remember, that's when it was going into the end zone.
Okay.
And so I thought that timeout was based off Josh Johnson because remember, that was the last timeout they had.
Right.
And it was still a lot of time left.
And that could be a fair point. And I mean, because like you said, I didn't, because I wasn't following the game closely. I was just kind of in and out.
That's okay. I wasn't either. It's okay. I wasn't.
So, but I was just like, wow, has Cliff checked out? So that's why I was kind of putting it out there. in Twitterverse. Did anybody else see it? Am I tripping, or did I notice that? But back to the biggest thing, I just think nothing happens in a vacuum, especially in the NFL. It's too many agents. It's too many relationships. It's too many people out here for you to quote unquote do bad business. Because once you do bad business, you'll earn that title like Dan Snyder did real early. Like now we start hearing all these reports how Dan Snyder was such a piece of work to work with. So now I'm thinking, okay, once you like when Witt was about to lose his spot, you started hearing things. Yeah. And then Witt was, oh, we're gonna put him upstairs, we're gonna do this, or we're gonna put him on the field, we're gonna do this and that. And now I just feel as though, okay, y'all releasing videos of Ben Sinnott. Like, I thought even that whole clip I thought was weird because it made Dan Quinn look like a sucker. Because it was like, okay, y'all in the draft room talking about a second round pick. We ain't talking about like no 7th round pick where you kind of ask a position coach, hey, what you feel about this player? Yeah. This is a 2nd round pick. Your pick behind, I think it was Jaden because Newton was before him. But still at the same time, it was like, okay,
this pick on a stretch.
It was a 2nd round pick.
And a stretch too. And a stretch in the 2nd round too.
It wasn't a stretch, it was a reach.
A reach. My bad. A big reach.
A big reach.
And if you go back and look at that clip, you saw Adam Peters talking extensively to Cliff, ignoring Dan Quinn. Like Dan Quinn was just sitting there like a bystander. Even the owner was like, "You sure? We just signed Zach Ertz. How's he gonna get on the field?" I listened to Cliff say, "Oh, we're gonna find a way to get him on the field. We'll find a way to." So again, that goes back to the debate I keep bringing out. Because I know Wole get mad at me. He say I'm an Adam Peters defender, but
are though. But it's cool though.
But no, because I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it like this because everybody's saying, "Oh, we're not playing these players and this and that." Or maybe Adam Peters is not drafting good players, and I'm looking at it like, well, how do we know if they're not good? Because you're not playing Newton. And then when you are playing them, I went back and looked at the stats. You're playing them on run plays when the dude is an upfield rusher.
The rusher, exactly.
No. That's
like
true.
The one time when you played him exclusively, rushing upfield, he got sacks.
Yeah. Hey, Todd, here's my point. Who controls all that though?
It's the coaching. Look.
No, it's not coaching. It's a coach.
It's Dan. Dan on that.
We got DC. We also got DC Slim out here too. I'm gonna put him in.
But real quick, Todd, to answer your point, I found the answer. Cliff Kingsbury's on a 3-year deal. Next year will be his last year. He's making $10 million. But part of that money,
he's making bread.
But part of that money is being paid by Arizona because Arizona still owed him money from his contract with them. He gets paid from Arizona to 2027. So a head coaching job, if he goes to a head coaching job,
they got to take over that salary.
You got to take over salary. He has potentially to get paid by 3 organizations in his next salary.
I just want to say,
let him go. We got to
let him go.
Let him go. We have to let him go.
No. I'm saying we won't have to pay him if he takes the job. We don't have to pay him. We don't have to pay him.
No, if
he goes on his own, we don't have to pay him.
Oh yeah, okay. We don't have to pay him.
Okay. Hey, I want to say this. Go ahead. I want to say this before we let DC Slim go in, and he'll probably like this one. Where I do blame Dan Quinn on is ultimately you are the CEO. Mm-hmm. You are the person. If I'm the general manager, okay, we hear all this stuff about what Cliff ain't doing, what he ain't calling, and we hear all this stuff about Witt. He picked Witt. He hired Cliff. He gave Cliff total freedom to do whatever, and he didn't manage Witt. And you a defensive specialist. That's where I get agitated with Dan Quinn about. He might have other qualities, and no, I don't believe they will fire him, but that's where he has to hold responsibility because he did not put the fire out when he saw the trash can burning. He just ignored it.
I agree. Totally agree. Hey, Slim, what's good, my guy?
Hey, what's up, y'all? What is up?
What's up, DC? What's up?
I'm just chilling, bro. Just chilling. What's up?
Look, all right, I'm about to start some chaos.
What else is due? Slip, you got everybody believing you now. Slip, we thought you was crazy, but now everybody on the same board with you now. So it's all
Look,
good.
man,
No, I still think
man.
DC Slim crazy sometimes. I still
Nah,
think
look, what it is, man.
I just
told you,
compromise with
man,
Slim. I compromise with Slim. What's going on, though? What's going on?
as a Commanders fan, dog, you cannot trick yourself. And then look, don't be naive. And that's not an insult. But if you look that word up, it ain't nothing insulting about it. It's just saying, pay attention. You know what I'm saying? You know. So look, let me say this then. I'm gonna get to you like this, Nate. I hear y'all talking draft and everything. I don't care who you pick. It ain't gonna work because of who the coaching staff is. I don't think you need to go, and I don't think we're gonna wind up with none of them defensive ends. I don't think we need them. I think you need 2 linebackers because the way this defense is being played is because of Bobby Wagner and Luvu. It's handicapped because of them. So you can't blitz because of Wagner. You play the exact same defense today. No blitzing, no none of that coming. Now, if you put 2 young dudes in there, you might get a different result. You got different calls, all that kind of stuff. So I don't think they need to go draft a whole bunch of people. And I also don't think they need to keep Von Miller. You need to get rid of all of these dudes with the cliche Danny gene, all right? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't been doing my research. Cliff is here because of cliche Danny. That is his mentor. I don't know if y'all know that. You know what I'm saying? Most of these players, the Von Miller, the Bobby Wagners, even the quarterback who played today, they connected to Dan Quinn in some form or fashion. So, and I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I think Adam gotta fire him and gonna fire him because these are his picks. I think he sat in that room, convinced all of them that this will work. He gave the names to all of these people. I mean, if you really just look at all of the players that we got, they somehow connected to Atlanta or Seattle. Now you can tell me I'm wrong.
No, you got Bobby from definitely Bobby.
Or Dallas.
Who's Dallas? Yeah, most of a lot of them from Dallas. Yeah, you're right. So a lot of them are
exactly.
Yeah, a lot of
them. So I think
you're talking about the staff. You're talking about players and staff, right? Players and
staff. Yeah, so he has convinced the ownership that this might work, and I think, and I'm gonna give you a Doc Walker quote. I think they're literally going to pay him to go away because you can't run this back, dog. Look, it killed me to listen to everybody say that they won't fire him when you know he should be fired. Like that's like an oxymoron. Like I just really want y'all to think about that, man. You saw today.
No, it's not that though. No, I won't go back on that because it's not that. Because there's a lot of people I don't like. Like there's a lot of people I think that should lose their. I mean, I say lose their jobs. That's raw. But there's a lot of people that I think that shouldn't play for a team or this, that, and the other. I just know they're not. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing I don't want it. Like I don't want it. I'll give you an example. I'm a big Lakers fan. You know what I'm saying? There's many certain players that I'd be like, I don't want him starting, but I know he's gonna start. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, let me ask you this, bro.
Thing applies.
Let me ask you this. So say you keep cliche Danny, right?
Yeah.
And you get a patchwork of just a random DC and a random OC, right?
Yeah.
That is bound to fail because the head coach, those 2 people are supposed to be his people.
True.
Do you understand? So what? In other words, to go back to what I said in the beginning, it's looking like Dan Quinn is just a yes man. So we're gonna put you here, and we're gonna pick all of these people around you, and we think it's gonna work because you're not gonna fight back. Dan Quinn he's a WWE character to me, man. I don't see a coach in him. I think he should even be a reverend or like a motivation. He's not.
No, he called him TD Jakes.
He called him TD Jakes. Hey yo.
He called him. He's the Stooges, man.
Oh my God, man with Jimmy Swagger.
Hey, look, man. I'm not being disrespectful to him. And I know Candy the stuff. To me, I think a fan is different than a reporter. All right, the reporter is not going to say what I say because I don't get paid for my opinion.
Of
All
course.
right, so when we hear people say he hasn't lost the locker room, bro, I think that's a cliche. Tell me I'm wrong. Like what use is that on the field?
Yeah, this is my thing. No, I agree. This is
no.
why I agree with you. Let me jump in. This is why I do agree with you because I feel like I don't get into the loss. I'm about results, right? So I don't care about like losing locker rooms or whatever. Like you can play hard, but just things you got to correct. That's why I get mad at like I agree with you in this element. Like I get mad in the lack of discipline. That bothers me. Like that does bother me a lot actually. So when I see that, then to me, it's like to your point, DG, something like you said this, like it's like a lax environment. And people, of course, people were like, like anything, people won't like a coach because sometimes some of the coaches give me a lax environment so you can take advantage of the situation, right? So I don't like that. To me, is what bothers me about like where from the outside, because I'm not inside. From the outside, that's what it looks out like. It looks like to me, and that's what annoys me. But Todd, you want to say something?
You don't even need to be inside to see that. Like, dog, think about it. I'm gonna let you say this real quick. I'm gonna say this real quick.
Go, bro.
Luvu is treated like a king over there.
I agree.
I agree. Player in the building.
I agree. Look, you ain't gonna hear me argue that. That's a lack of discipline player right there.
Let me tell you why, though. I'm gonna tell you why. Why some of those players, some of those players are treated like that because of they going off their past history, right? And it's not what you've done for me lately situation. What have you, because they're going off past. Now, when I talk about lose the locker room, this is what I mean by lose a locker room, right? When you're no longer listening to coaching, where you're doing your own thing, where where the speeches are falling on deaf ear. Some of these guys are still listening to Dan. Some of these guys are doing it way because some of them probably still want to be here next year. There's no turmoil, but I'm gonna go to somebody else. One of the reasons why this may feel like they have not lost the locker room is the fact that here it is. Hard Knocks is in that locker room in the second half of the season. You don't want to be the guy on Hard Knocks in the second half of the season to look like the locker room is causing issues. That guy, because you're still playing for another job. So you're gonna play the role, DC. So they might have lost the locker room internally, but externally, for what we see and what people see out, they have not. And again, goes to certain points. I don't know who other reporters are talking to, but when you only with a certain group of players, i.e., veterans, you're not going to lose the locker room because that's.
I bet you Cleveland don't say that. I bet you all the worst teams in the NFL.
Well,
don't Cleveland say nothing about somebody losing the locker room.
Well, Cleveland lost the locker room because a lot of players don't agree with Kevin.
The
Stefanski situation.
But that's what Cleveland do, though. Cleveland be out there balling every game.
They do.
You can't even score 20 points on them.
But DC, are they playing for the coach or are they playing for the quarterback?
I'll say
that they believe in.
I think the coach. I think anybody that plays in Cleveland has a dilemma because the organization itself is terrible.
That's fine.
Their coach, they actually have a good coach right now.
They're gonna fire him though. They're gonna fire that dude though.
They're gonna fire him because they stupid, But so, but I think when I look at I look at like Jacksonville. Look at Carolina, dog. Is in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay. I really want y'all to think about that. And they ain't got no recycled coaches.
Thank you, DC.
God, let me get Taj going, man. Taj,
hey, DC, hit me up offline. I'll tell you about Carolina. I got an ear on the ground in Carolina.
Yeah, let me Taj, go ahead, man, because I know you've been trying to say something, bro.
No, I just got a question for the panel, and you know me, always attack it from a probability thing.
Of course.
Put yourself in Josh Harris situation, and that's what I want everybody in the panel to do. Realistically, I'm thinking. Yeah, I think he's fed up with it. I'm being honest with you because his movements tell me that he's fed up with it. But do you make a move? Because I think, Wole, you said this before, you or Paul. The next coach has to be the one that's going to take Jaden to the next level.
That's fact.
So if I'm the ownership and I'm in my what's the Myers and all Magic and all this the heads and stuff like that. Do you fire Dan Quinn early without knowing you can get the coach that you want?
Without
I
knowing, you got to know you have to get the
you
guy.
gotta know definitely who it is.
Yeah, you ain't firing
Right.
him before you get the guy.
So saying that, because I know everybody want Dan Quinn fired yesterday. Maybe the reason why we not hearing movements or hearing that he will stay and they'll just have him swap out the coordinators. Because I hear DC Slim. Why swap out the coordinators if the head coach is still the same? Maybe they're doing that because the coach they actually want is either not available yet or they can't hire him yet. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, I know exactly what
I
you're saying.
disagree, Tosh, because guess what? See, okay, so that's another cliche. Man, it's about 9 coaches out here that's coordinators that can be good coaches for the future.
Yeah,
So,
but
so like you can't sit here and say that there's no. You got the Seattle Seahawks offensive coordinator is a good coach. It's a lot of good coaches. So it's not about what us as fans want. I
ain't saying the fans.
No, he's not
I'm
saying that. He's not saying
he's not saying that.
I'm saying ownership.
He's not saying
Okay, ownership. If you the ownership right now, bro, and I heard Wole, you said this a couple weeks ago about his 76ers team. I don't think he gonna run this like the 76ers team. I think he looking at the fans, his investors of this Commanders team is letting him know, dog, you can pull this off if you want. You're gonna look like the last owner. So let
me throw this out there. And I'm just doing hypothetical. Let's say 3 or 4 weeks ago, they realized that Quinn is not the guy. And him and his brain trust are, who could be the new guy to lead us into the future?
Of course.
And let's say they identify the coach from Notre Dame. I'm just throwing that out there. Let's say they identify Freeman. And they talk to Freeman's people. Look, we can't leak this out yet. And he said, I'm not ready to go. But the ownership fell in love with him because they feel as though that they let their guy Ben Johnson or Mike McDonald or whoever leave out the building.
Right.
So now they say whoever we hire gotta be the guy. And we think it's Freeman. And we gonna wait. I'm just saying, what if
let me say this. This is the thing. Every I don't care who you are, like, it's the truth. Every owner, they have a guy they want in mind. It's not a bunch of you got a guy you want. Like, there's a guy that you definitely want. You know what I mean? Like, there's a guy that's number one on your list. You have a list. It ain't like a bunch of guys you playing you gambling on whoever, you looking for one. You want the one guy you want. Everybody got the one. So if they got a guy in mind, they want the one. It ain't going so it's the one they're gonna prioritize them trying to get that one. So they're gonna wait it. If that person is showing them the love off the rip, then Dan Quinn be fired by it like real fast. If he's showing them that he interested, because you forget we know there's back talks.
Of course.
Of course.
There's back talks everywhere. There's no, we just going to talk to him just this one time, waiting for the lines to open. Nah, there's back talk. So there's a guy, if he's about to be fired, if there is a guy that they want, they've talked to this person already. One way or another, they've talked to this person.
So to Taj's point real quick, I see what he's saying. What he's saying is that they got a guy in mind, but they're just waiting. That's why they're putting it out now that the coordinator's out. They're letting the coordinators go. The other thing that JP Finley said that they're expecting Dan Quinn to be back.
Yeah.
But the key thing, I always look at little words, expecting. Now, here's my thing is, I'll use this example because I always like it. The Seattle situation. Everybody know Glen is hot right now. He got the number one team in NFC, got one of the best offenses, and he's probably and he fits the criteria of making Jaden better.
Yeah, and his name is Kubiak.
And his name is Kubiak.
That's people to be like
and who does Adam Peters got all ties to? The Kubiak
Shanahan tree.
Right.
And to your point, Paul, he can't talk to him until the playoffs.
Exactly.
So, that's what I'm saying.
Well, can I throw something in here real quick about all that? Because I think you're all making great points. Is it possible that Adam Peters and Dan Quinn have already talked, and Adam Peters went to Dan Quinn and said, look, you got to change these coordinators or I'm going to get rid of you. And Dan Quinn is acquiesced.
Of course.
And then maybe Adam Peters is going to be the one that picks these coordinators and not Dan Quinn.
Yeah, I mean, that's the Slim's point though. It's like you just a yes man now. You can't get your own guys. So now, what's your point? DC Slim, that's what you were saying earlier.
Look, I'm saying exactly that. So
Yeah,
to
exactly.
me,
Mhm.
why would you? You a sitting duck if you do that. I mean,
That's what
Right.
I'm saying.
that just
He's
makes
right
no
though. You
sense to
are
me.
because basically that he would be like the head coach in training. Like he would be the OC would be the head coach as soon as Dan Quinn is losing.
A lot of coaches
Exactly.
have been willing to fire their whole staff to keep
It'd be
themselves in
like
line, and
wait,
then things have
Mhm.
turned
it'd be like
around,
wait,
and they
yeah.
get a contract extension. That stuff's happened in this
Yeah,
league
this happened.
before.
It would be like Wade Phillips in Dallas and Garrett, right? Yeah, it was
Right.
that
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
It was that situation.
And if you keep Dan on as head coach and you let Adam choose the coordinators or the front office, you're
No.
basically going to hire your replacement.
Basically, that's what it
Because
is.
if the season, if you start bad the season, they're gonna have a. And I said this in the chat before.
But you
You're
lose
gonna have
power.
to have a head coach with. You're gonna have an assistant with some head coaching experience.
But you lose power. Here it is. You lose power when you, as a head coach, allow your general manager to choose your coordinators.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
Mhm.
That's what DC was talking. That's what DC
Yeah,
was talking
you
about.
don't
But
want.
again, would you rather be still employed as a head coach or not employed? Because
But no, I'll fire my head coordinators, but I gotta hire my own guys. If I'm
Yeah.
gonna live and die on my sword, I'm gonna live and die on the sword with the guys that I
But
choose.
to
not
but
the
to
guy that
George's
you-
points, Glenn. But to George's point, Glenn, he has no choice because he's a retread.
Yeah,
Right.
Because
yeah, he has no choice right now.
because if he tries to buck up now, Peters be like, okay, hit the doors,
Nah,
hit the
nah,
bricks.
it's the
And
way.
he's-
And yeah,
And
go ahead,
he's
go
not
ahead.
going to get he's not going to get another head coaching job.
Yeah,
No, he's
And
not.
once he loses this job, that's it.
That's it. That's a
That's
fact.
it.
And to like, and it still goes to DC Slim's point, where like, truth be told, and he can't really say no to because he holds no weight in this matter. To be honest with you, dude, you finished 4-13. Really, you got no
But hold up,
you got no leverage in this matter. You got no real leverage.
None.
That's
One
the
good
thing.
season. One good season with the same coordinators, 12-5.
Yeah,
Different
but
season.
we all about recency, though. I know you're right, though, Glenn. But we don't live in the past. We're all about recency. That's a lot of people. Unless you won a Super Bowl your first year, we're all about recency.
Glenn, hey Glenn, to that point, you
and
said
the failure is so catastrophic. The
Yeah.
failure is so catastrophic
Yeah.
that Dan Quinn can't walk in there and say, "I want to run this back."
Yeah,
And-
No,
can't.
no one.
and
That slogan is so oxymoronic anyway.
But
Because-
you know what did it? But you know what
What?
did it though, Glenn? I'll
What?
say this, and I didn't mean to cut you off.
Now go, you good?
Once he put Jaden Daniels, their number one asset, in harm's way
he lost
with
a lot.
that boneheaded
Right.
decision,
Yeah, man.
that's what woke Josh Harris and the leadership
Yeah.
up. Like, hold up.
Mhm.
Not only are you losing, you can almost set us back 10 years. And that's when they took the decision out of his hands. No, you're not going to. Once they did that, I knew he was kind of neutered. Once he didn't control whether or not Jaden would play for the rest of the year, oh, you've been neutered. We're not playing him for the rest of the year. What you talking about? You go back out there and tell him you misspoke.
Yeah, I do want to.
Hey, you know what? I think
Go ahead,
I
DC,
disagree
go ahead.
with that. I think the owner is being swindled by the GM and the head coach.
I can see that too.
Look, when you say they made that decision on week 8, look, I go back to the hiring process. I say to myself, we all sitting in a room and we're looking at head coaches. Now you got this list. How the hell do you wind up with Dan Quinn and Cliff Kingsbury out of all of the young talent in the United States of America?
Nobody
What
wanted
that
to coach
shows
Watson.
me.
Nobody
No,
wanted
and
to go.
plus, I'll say that too. I say Adam Peters won. Mike don't have the respect that we think he got, because I have been hearing he wasn't the one making the calls. He was in the room with the people making the calls. So let's just be real about that.
You mean in San Fran or here? You mean San Fran?
I'm saying in San Francisco.
No, you're right. You're exactly right.
Exactly
I've
right.
always said that. That's what I've said. That's what I told folks. This is what everybody. Let me say this real quick, DC. I agree with you. This is what I was telling folks about Adam Peters. Everybody keeps giving him all the credit about all like these moves that he's done in other places. And don't get me wrong, he's coming from good environments, yes. But this is his first year really being a GM and making those moves and those calls to what DC Slip's talking about. So like we don't know what he is as a GM for real when the buck lies with him. We don't know what he is for real. Because in them other places, he was part of the team, but it's different from being part of a team and making the shot and calling the shots. But go ahead, DC Slim. Go ahead. I just wanted to make sure.
Look, I ended with this. I don't know if y'all been hearing this over the radio lately, but I told y'all about 5-6 weeks ago. It has been revealed that we have the same evaluators from 15 years ago. So once again, I ask myself as the owner, how do you buy this and still keep that? That means your advisors are terrible. Okay, so that means, and I hate to say this about the owner, you can't tell me that you're gonna wind up with Dan Quinn and Cliff Kingsbury, two people who wasn't getting hired by nobody else.
Well, but let's DC to that point that you made. Ben Johnson was the first on the list, but he chose to go back to Detroit, right? He made the decision to go back to Detroit.
He sabotaged the interview on purpose. But go ahead, though.
Right, he sabotaged the interview.
Ben McDonald was the second one, right?
Yeah, Ben McDonald.
They wanted McDonald for real, but that's a whole different argument, though.
Yeah, and then Belichick was short on was short on that list too, but I don't think he wanted to come.
Yeah,
but a lot of people don't want to come here. Nobody wants to come here because this place, I hate to say it, is the same even without the old owner. Man, you look at some of the people who I don't know if y'all even watch the people on the sidelines that much. Bro, it is people here that has never left. Okay.
That's true.
I'm telling you, man. So what you know what that hurts? That impedes progress. Mm-hmm. So we need somebody to come in here and burn the bridges and the boats. Okay. And this is the reason why I say you need another head coach, because that person that come in here, he gonna say, you know what? I don't need this person on the sideline no more. I don't need this person saying this. And when they get in press conferences, I need them to be mean and rude. I don't need you. I don't need my coach to be presentable. I want him to be a drunk. I'll say I want him to have 220 pounds. He need to have an attitude and all of that. I don't want
to you missed one thing, man. So you want a coach with no family? You want a coach with no family that stays in the office all the time, right?
Look, I need another Joe Gibbs. You know, one thing about Joe Gibbs, he came off calm and collective, right? But he was an animal, dog.
He was, man.
Yeah, he was.
Jackson was an animal, bro.
And most of your greatest coaches in the NFL, they ain't got no cliches for you. See, that's why I think a lot of players, the word is out on that.
Oh, nah, I ain't gonna let you do that. Joe Gibbs was a walking cliche.
Oh, he did those. I mean, but he gave you the golly. He gave you that because he got to love. Because he a hustler. Joe was a hustler, dog. He got to give you some of that stuff.
No, Joe Gibbs is the greatest. I ain't never gonna bad Joe Gibbs.
Man like Joe Gibbs.
Joe Gibbs, come on,
Joe Gibbs was a walking cliche.
That's my football Jesus. Be careful.
Yeah, I ain't gonna let you do that.
We need our fans to come through today.
I was about to say that. That's the only cliche he had, man.
We need our fans, the best fans ever in the world.
Because he wasn't leader. He made me Joe. But
Wole though.
We feel special. Don't do that.
To Taj's point though, Gibbs will say, "Yeah, we need the fans next Sunday. We played against the one against Cardinals.
Yeah, you know what?
Against the one Cardinals.
Hey, and you know what? You know what?
We won.
We blow a squad. We blow them sorry mugs out too.
We blow them out. Exactly.
Yeah, you blow them out.
Hey, go ahead.
That's because Joe Gibbs, when he was in the locker room, he wasn't talking like he talked to us. To me, Dan Quinn talks to his players like he talks to the media.
Okay,
that's the problem.
I got you. Yeah. All right, man. Well, I'm gonna let y'all go.
Before we leave, right? Let me ask the whole panel a question. And I asked George this the other day.
Go ahead.
How much do you blame on injuries and mismanagement of this year?
Like the
percentage. So I go 30% injuries, 70% mismanagement. Because I wasn't looking for a Super Bowl season, but I was at least looking for a little bit of Cleveland Browns effort from my team.
That's okay. That's fair. That's fair. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 40% injury, 60% mismanagement.
I'm in the same boat as you, Wole. That's exactly what I thought.
I don't believe the injuries could get their game because every game is its own element, right? And there are games where I felt like those games were mismanaged more than the injuries because they competed with the injuries, but they was mismanaged from them winning the football game. Like for instance. They could have won the game if they ran the football. They were running the ball well, but that has nothing to do with injury. That's more of coaching.
That's a lot of coaching because that's DC or DQ, not vetoing.
Yes, exactly. That's my
vetoing.
point.
Have enough goal on gumption to veto Cliff Kingsbury. Talking about, now I want to run the ball now.
Yeah, exactly. That's
like run the ball on the one. Like, look, we got.
Hey, Glenn, he can't veto his son. Remember, he's a mentor. Told you, man. Don't forget that. So a lot of these decisions are based on that kind of stuff.
I had
get
a
it.
mentor too. He's a veto me. Nah, he can veto your man. Yeah, you can veto your little underlinks. Yeah,
you
yes, you
tell
can.
underlinks no, because again, if you want to win football game, because at the end of the day, Dan Quinn's name isn't on this. At the end of the day, your legacy is on all this. At the end of the day, as some of y'all say, he can't. After this, he may not get another head coaching job.
This ain't buddy.
So this ain't buddy. So at this point, I'm leaving it all on the line. For me, I was answer your question, DC, has 55% injury. All right, I'm gonna say 55% injury and 45% management.
Oh no.
I mean, no.
Wow.
And I'm gonna tell you why. And this is not a fan anyway, right? If you look at the injuries, there are a lot of injuries. But when you knock out the key player who contributed to almost 85-90% of your scores last year, you have to have your percentage has to be higher, right? You had a good backup quarterback who also got injured, right? So your two quarterbacks who could come in and lead your team both were injured. You had some offensive lineman injuries. You had your running back who people say Austin Eckler. Let's be honest, Austin Eckler made a difference on this football team. Even last year, Austin Eckler made a difference on this football team when he was injured. So again, you lose him early. You lose a guy like Zach Ertz, who makes a difference on this football team. George, I know you don't like him, but he makes a difference on the football team.
They were already bad when he got hurt, though.
They're bad. So again, so those injuries make a difference. You didn't start with Sam Cosby this year, so you had to shift some things around. Makes a difference because they played better when he was back in the lineup. And they
played better when he got healthier in the lineup.
Right. They brought him back. They brought him back too early.
Yeah.
Again, you brought him back too early because of the injuries that you had, and you thought he could be a saving grace. So
Glenn, in other words, you just revealed another problem, meaning I'm having injury problems because I can't evaluate players.
Well,
bam! Look like we just opened another door. We ain't even got time for that, man. That's
we don't got time for that. You're right. That's a whole different. That's a whole different discussion, my guy.
I'm sorry. I mean, to Glenn's point, I kind of agree with Glenn to a certain extent. I'll just say this. I just think for me, I can't really grade it that way because when you have. I think the injuries revealed that the coaching staff was poor. And I'm willing to admit that I was wrong. Because coming into the year, I had gave the coaching staff, not the head coach, but the coaching staff credit, like the Lens and the Ken Nortons and all of them. But now the injuries revealed how poor the coaching staff is. Because when San Francisco has injuries, the coaching staff is able to maneuver. They're able to adjust.
That's a good point.
So when you have these injuries, because I will admit these injuries are catastrophic. When you lose your starting quarterback, your starting corner, your starting edge rusher, your starting receiver, your starting tailback, like they lost most of their starters.
Who, the Niners?
But no, Washington.
The Niners lost all of that too. They lost everything you're talking about. They lost.
That's what I'm saying with the coaching staff.
Yeah.
These injuries for me revealed that it's the coaching staff. So for me, like when everything went well, the coaching staff looked brilliant.
There you go.
They looked brilliant. They couldn't do nothing wrong. And I get it. It was playing a weaker schedule. They was playing weaker competition. But when I look at San Francisco,
in a tough division too.
Right.
In a tough division too.
And then even like with Green Bay Love don't play a full season forever.
Yep.
He never plays a full season. Michael Parsons is gone. Yeah. And then their receiving core got decimated.
Yeah, that's true.
And the coaching staff didn't miss a beat. Now they had to adjust.
Yes.
Right.
They had to change formations, but and we didn't do that. And that's the part that was infuriating to me. And that's when I had to come to the conclusion by week like 6 or 7, like we in trouble. So that's why to DC's question, I don't feel as though I can really answer it. If I had to answer it, I guess it's more management. But the injuries revealed that. Like they're not totally incompetent. To me, they just seem like guys that if the guys are healthy, their program works. But when the guy, it's like, okay, Your house got a flood now. What you gonna do? You just can't sit there and say my house got a flood. What you gonna do to fix it?
I would say that. I
would
want to
say
add this.
this.
I want to add this though, because I want to read to this point about the Niners. He said the depth, have depth. No one thought Matt Jones was good at all. So I'm not going to even go there.
That's true.
Matt Jones
Good
was
point.
done.
Good point.
True.
He
Good
came
point.
in and played. That's not to a point where folks was like, you may not need to go back to Purdy. That's how good they had Matt Jones playing. Matt Jones ain't never looked that good in his life. I'm
not saying San Francisco had better.
No, not you. I'm repeating
yeah,
for
yeah.
Timothy because he said San Fran had depth. You lost Fred Warner. Their linebackers ain't close to Fred Warner.
No, not at all.
But they don't get sacks. No one get. Are you talking about their depth? Their pass. They're not sacking the quarterback like that from the edge rushers. Joey Bosa out.
Trent Williams.
Yeah, or Bosa.
Right.
Trent Williams. They haven't really replaced Bosa like that. They just found ways to win. They just know how to play good football.
But Saleh's a good defensive coach. But
even his defense, like they lack getting pressure on quarterbacks. Why? Because they lost Bosa, but they found a way to still make it work. Their defense ain't great. It's not the same defense compared to when having they have went backwards. Chicago put like how many points on them? We saw the same defense. Phillip Rivers was able to an old quarterback was able to put up numbers against them. Like they're not a great defense, but they know how to coach around that. It's not the depth, it's the coaching that helps that out. To Pataj's point.
Their defense is not a sieve.
Yeah, they've lost a lot of players. Their depth has been tested, but it's not the depth, it's the coaching. Their coaching has really been real good. Like the players that you name in terms, though you have no one's named a player that stepped up for them that's been balling out. It's the same players. Like Jennings has been there forever. Like he's still the same dude. Kittle is still the same dude. Them dudes are still making plays. Like Purdy went down, and Mac Jones. Purdy looking good, but Mac Jones got them winning a bunch of games. So I'm just saying, like it ain't a depth. Like their depth is hit. The coaching, they found a way to maneuver around that. And I'm gonna always give Kyle some shine because Kyle can make a lot of things look good. They ain't gonna look good elsewhere. That's how his offense rock.
It's culture too, though, because again, when you walk into the 49ers organization, you see those trophies, you see the culture, you see where they've been at. Yeah. Those guys with Kittle and those guys, they understand the window's closing too. It's a sense of urgency.
What they were hit with injury last year. They didn't make the playoffs.
But
I'm saying like they know how to compete with. They know how to compete with. They've always been hit with injuries. They just know how to work around it.
But that's the player. That's the player though. That's the player.
Well, that's the coach. No, that's the coaching staff that knows how to develop players. Yeah, they know how to. They know how to put them players in the right situation. They've been like that.
Like, so I'm not going to look at on this one because I'm going to tell you why I disagree. Because again, players, you put players in position, you get paid millions of dollars.
I agree.
You have to I shouldn't have to motivate you to get up in the morning. I shouldn't have to make you to go make tackles. I shouldn't have to make you hang on to the football. I shouldn't have to make you to realize, you know what, I'm hurting my team as a Bobby Wagner or a Lulu. Again, those guys, because you can go talk to a coach when you have issues with organization. You go talk to a coach when you have a problem. It is the players. You talk the players that you named in San Francisco, the McCaffreys of the world, the Brocks of the world, the Fred Warners of the world, the Trent Williams, the Kettle. Those guys right there, they're still motivated to play. Washington, right now, some of the guys are not as motivated because, again, it goes back to the people's point. They're older. Not saying they realize, dang, you know what? It's much harder for me to get up in the morning. So it's an uphill battle. It's the organization. Again, it has to be self-motivation, right? And this year, if you watch the Washington organization, and I'm not picking on Terry, a lot of people was out for self.
But
they get that. Like it goes back. To San Fran had the same stuff. That's what I'm saying. Like they have to deal with Ayuk, who's selfish as hell. Like Glen, they deal with all of it. Like they still make it work. I'm saying
I have to push back on my brother Glen on this one.
Right.
And this is where I'm gonna push back because I know Glen coaches and he's very involved in sports.
Yeah, of course, yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna lean on experience because you said the motivation part and you shouldn't. This is where culture does affect motivation.
Yeah. Okay.
When I played my senior year. When we lost our defensive coordinator and he went to Buffalo to coach, when the new guy came in, he immediately changed the defense to fit his scheme.
Yeah.
Now, I was a downhill linebacker. Downhill. I guess you could call me the Wagner. I was a dude that could stop the run. I could stop the screens. Don't put me out there checking no receiver in the slot. That wasn't my strength.
True.
So, but when he put me out there, it affected my motivation because it made me look bad. And now all of a sudden I'm sitting there like this MF, he don't know what he's doing. We're not going to call it out. Of course, in high school and college, you're not going to call it out. But you talk to your boys like, man, I don't believe in the system of coach. So in San Francisco, when you know the coaches are always going to put you in a position, because at the end of the day, players are motivated by a selfish goal sometimes too, self-preservation and everything else. If I know my coaches, I think LeVar Arrington and Ray Lewis said it best. When they knew they was playing for Marvin Lewis, they trusted everything that man said. LeVar Arrington never played with his hands in the dirt. But when Marvin Lewis told him, you want to make the Pro Bowl? You need to put your hands in the dirt. What did he tell them that was any different than any other coaches? Yeah, but when you got that pedigree, you know you're going to put somebody in their best position, that's what you do. But now if you get somebody like a Jack Del Rio coming up here telling Chase, hey, look, you're going to have to do the 3 technique and hold the tackle and secure the edge. Chase going to look at him like, dude, my rookie year, I got 9 to 10 sacks, and you telling me to play read and react? Man, whatever. I'm rehabbing on my own time. I'm doing. That's what affects motivation to me, and I think people lose sight of that when they use the term motivation and culture and stuff like that. It's the reason why. The reason why you play hard for Wole's boy Belichick. It's the reason why you play hard for the sports, because you know them jokers. Hey, my numbers is up. I'm looking good out there. I'm on ESPN. Dudes, come on, man. These young, because we look at them like grown men like us. These guys are still 21, 22, 23. They still looking at ESPN highlights, the NBC night highlights on Sunday Night Football. They love being on there making plays. They don't want to be out there missing tackles and hearing the talk about, as DC Slim will say, Lou Vu can't cover. Lou Vu needs to be cut. Nobody want to hear that. So now Lou Vu don't show up the last 10 weeks of the season. He was a ghost today because he lost faith in the system.
Well, again, your point. They lost faith in the coach, the DC that they had. They lost faith in Joe Witt. He couldn't communicate. And so therefore, they lost faith. Again, y'all point coaching percentages go up a little bit. They lost faith in the coach that they had. And Dan Quinn is going to back his boy. He didn't back the players.
Right.
That's true there. That's why I got you, DC. That's why Dan said when he took over, before he even took over, we're gonna loosen things up a little bit. You know, we're gonna let them play. Remember that conversation we had, right? Yeah. Remember, see, Dan covered for his boy because he knew the guys didn't want to play for Witt.
Oh, they did. They definitely didn't.
They did.
DC, you want to say something?
I'm sorry, Phil. I gotta go. I'm sure
you got. You got. You definitely gotta go. Get your butt out.
Easy, Todd.
All right, Joe.
I would even say I think you got a little bit of age discrimination going on over there, because what I noticed with the young players, they got to play out of position all the time, but the vets can stay where they are. So I think most young people, and this go back to me saying the word is out. I think with agents and everything, if somebody say, hey man, go to the Commanders, I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna say, nah, you don't want to go there because of this, and that.
That's possible.
And I do believe that it is a young versus old war going on. And I think Bobby Wagner is leading that. You know, by them giving Bobby Wagner all of that praise and credit to pretty much do whatever he wants, that means that thing has no control. I don't even when I hear the word, like people say he hasn't lost the locker room, I would love to put a mic in people's face when they not in Ashburn. Like let me ask the right person and say, dog, how you feel about this and that? I bet you they'll say, man, first of all, I don't like this coach and I don't like how they do the young people. And Mikey Silverstone, boy, I would love to talk to him. His
girl said something.
Yeah, his
girl said something. Rip.
Yeah.
See that, I think that go back to that respect thing. I think good football players don't respect Dan Quinn. Dog, if you're a player and you come from, now imagine this. If we get the defensive end from Texas Tech or Miami, right? They will laugh at Dan Quinn and will have no respect for him. I bet you before they even land in Washington, D.C., they're going to know everything about them. And what these coaches will do is stunt their growth. I'm serious, man. I'm being honest with you when I say that. So when we talk about our picks, who we going to get, man, we will destroy anything coming through here.
We gotta see it first, man. We gotta see it first. But hey, man, we're gonna end this out right here.
Yeah.
Guys,
Hey,
appreciate
y'all
y'all,
be
man.
easy, fellas.
I
Great show,
appreciate
Thank you,
y'all.
again.
Easy Slim. Thank you, Paul. Thank you,
Thank you,
Todd.
buddy.
Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all as always, man. As always. That was a good discussion, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I like that, man. Everybody having a good opinions, good ideas. Yeah, and just in the grand scheme of things, man. I just think we'll see, man. I feel like when a coach is fired, it's gonna happen on Monday.
Yeah, I think so too.
If whoever gets fired, it happens on Monday. If they're not fired by Monday, then they probably won't get fired. In my
They're
opinion.
probably safe.
Yeah. But the Cliff thing, I hope Cliff gets a new job. That's all I care about. I hope Cliff gets a job. I hope he gets a job. I hope the Titans, Atlanta, I hope they fall in love with him.
The Giants.
He may not take it. Well, Jackson Dart is a USC quarterback, maybe. Like, I hope he wows I hope he knocks their socks off, man. I really do. I hope he does, man. I hope the best for Cliff in these interviews, man. I do. I mean that with all the sincerity in my heart. hey, folks, if y'all still in the chat, man, just hit us with a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel as well, man. Appreciate y'all for pulling up, tuning in. If you want to give us a super chat, do that too as well. I mean, look, get a super chat. You know, y'all been holding this down. Hey, Glenn, you got us on X. I see you.
Yeah.
I got you.
I got you. Yeah.
Just let me know the total. I got you.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, so now we back on X2 now. So yeah, we verified. Boom. See how we do for y'all? See? Now we good. We full blown and ready to go ahead. But yeah, man, y'all got anything y'all want to close out with about this game before we end this show?
Yo, as Boys and Men said, we come to the end of the road. It's over.
We still got shows though. We still got
no. I'm talking about the end of the road of the season.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The season is done.
Yeah.
Now let the predictions and all that begin.
Yes. Yeah. All right. I will co-host. Look at Paul want to be. I know.
Hey, Paul, I get with you. Let's see, because I'm supposed to be going to my parents' house tomorrow just to chill with them. But we'll see how that goes. I got you.
All right. Look. Probably not gonna. Look.
It's not gonna happen.
Dog, it's not gonna happen, man.
It's not gonna
happen. All right. Yes, the season's over. Look, man. At least we're not stressed. Yeah, glad the season's over. They all play like Prince served them pancakes.
Hey, at least we didn't go to Wegmans this year. So.
Blouses game. Blouses. Gear sale. Blouses. You're right, man. It's been rough, man. It was definitely
my final comment to steal an old line from days gone by. 5-12, not very good.
hey, that George, you sound just like him.
Yeah,
that's a good one. You sound just like you sound like the ball coach for real.
Yeah.
I see again. I ain't gonna say I don't be acting phony. I was excited when we got him as the head coach.
So did I. So was I.
I will not even lie to you. Like when we got Steve Spurrier, we about to kill it. We about to score 50 points every game.
Only reason I wasn't happy because Marty just took the team 8-8.
I ain't gonna lie.
That part was terrible. Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. It was bad for Marty, but they got me. Snyder got me. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Like I was all with the Spurrier Kool-Aid. I was like, we lost. I was like, then they had a good PR talking about how they treated Darryl Green bad. I was like, for real, man, screw Marty. I'm all about Steve Spurrier. I was that person. I was definitely that person, man. Shoot. Yes, Osaka had me geeking. Yes. Man, yes. What? I was like, you can make who was the quarterback? What was his name? Matthews.
Shane Matthews.
Yeah, Shane Matthews looked good. He had freaking Danny Warfel look good. Because I thought Danny Warfel was like that in Florida. I was like, damn, he made Danny look good. I was like, oh my God, we about to have Florida's offense.
You got what, Rex Grossman?
Bruh. I ain't gonna lie. That thing, yeah, Rex. That was, man. That was special, man. Y'all ain't gonna never get me that was spectacular. That team was spectacular, dog.
Yeah.
All right, man. But we appreciate y'all for pulling up, man. This has been it's always a great show, man. We always have a great time doing this show. Great time with y'all, man. We're gonna try. Look, we're gonna try to do a show every Thursday. Come up with some topics.
Yep.
Every Thursday, and we'll see how it all plays out. I mean, playoffs. I mean, I don't know. We gonna have one. We try to have one this Thursday.
Yep.
We gotta think of a topic this Thursday.
Trust me, we'll have something to talk about.
We'll have something to talk about. You know, Steve. Hopefully, we'll have something to talk about. We'll talk.
This team ain't going away. This team ain't going away.
Yeah, man. Look. Oh, dang. Pittsburgh tried to score and score. Dang, 10-3. Dang, she went for the field goal. All right, y'all, man. Anyway, we appreciate y'all pulling up. Anyway, you've been listening to all Burgundy and Gold, everything powered by the Urban Sports Scene and Fox Sports Radio, 96.9 FM and 1340 AM. Hopewell, Virginia, for ages. Ayeti deuces. We are out.